everybody is terrified of a Trump presidency. And everybody wants to do everything and anything possible to prevent that from happening. And I think that regardless of your position on that, I think an overwhelming amount of people are motivated by that.
Watch. She sits down. Yep. Watch this. Puts the sign up.
Take a look at what happened.
Shots go off.
She's completely normal. And then watch.
And then she's got her.
What the fuck? What the fuck? People are freaking out.
And she's filming.
And she's just like right there. She's not even freaking the fuck out. What the fuck?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this video finds you. Welcome to Villainous News. I'm your host, along with
Louis Conyer.
All right. And we are here on a Friday.
Hey, AB. Wait, my man AB here. AB, do you want to come up? You might like this.
Come up. Come on up. Come join us. Come join us, my friend. We're here to discuss more fallout concerning
Post the link, Bay.
Trump situation. All right. Okay, let me get the invite. Copy there. Yeah, it's a Freestyle Friday. Freestyle Friday. I want to make this Freestyle Friday. We're all comfortable. See, you got your comb over.
Yeah.
Come on up. Y'all guys, come on up here. So let's get into this before we get into the big news of the day. All right. So Blackrock linked firm under scanner for shorting of Trump stock before assassination attempt. This was July 19th, which of course today. All right. A Texas-based investment company, Austin Private Wealth, has come under scrutiny for a filing made just before the failed assassination attempt on U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump. The company has vehemently denied accusations of attempting to short 12 million shares of Trump Media and Technology Group, TMTG. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at was it TMTG? Wow. Let's go 5 days. When did they take the shot at him? Was it Thursday? No, it wasn't Thursday. Today is Thursday. Let's do 1 month. Yeah, the stock is dipped. It's dipped a lot since Monday. Skyrocketed Friday. Skyrocketed Friday from $30 to $40 a share. And now, of course, it's down to $34. And this is in the past month. Attributing the incident to a clerical error of I bet you did. Short selling is a financial strategy that involves borrowing a security, selling it on the open market, and then buying it back later at a lower price to return to the lender, thus profiting from the difference. This practice often indicates a belief that the stock's value will fall. Trump was speaking at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, when an assassin fired several shots at him, grazing his ear, killing one audience member, and injuring 2 others. The day before the incident, APW filed for a put option on 12 million shares of TMTG with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, which appeared to be a bet on the company's value plummeting if Trump were killed. Screenshots of the put option from a Bloomberg terminal circulated on social media, but disappeared later in the day. Some speculated that APW had major holdings in Vanguard and Blackrock funds, linking them to George Soros and the Rothschild family, further fueling suspicions. BlackRock's conviction became more controversial when it was revealed that the alleged shooter had appeared in a commercial for the investment giant. BlackRock subsequently pulled the ad, condemning the assassination attempt as an abhorrent and awful. We'd like to welcome AB Media today. How you doing there, brother?
All right.
All right, what's going on? We got Jibber Jabber here. Right. It's Freestyle Friday, so Jibber Jabber, or anybody else listening, if you guys want to come up, come on up. We're almost done, and then we'll discuss this. Open forum. All right. On Wednesday, APW addressed the rumors on their website. The SEC filing, which showed that Austin Private Wealth shortened a large number of shares of Trump Media and Technology Group, was incorrect, and we immediately amended it as soon as we learned of the error. I just bet you did, the company said. They clarified that they held only 12 contracts, or 1,200 shares, not 12 million, blaming a third-party vendor for multiplying all options contracts by 10,000. The erroneous report, filed on July 12th to reflect their June 28th position, was amended on July 16th when APW discovered the mistake. We deeply regret this error and the concern it has caused, especially at such a fraught moment for our nation, APW added, noting that they are reviewing our internal procedures to prevent future errors. Despite the controversy, those who shorted DJT, Donald J. Trump, stock faced losses. Following the Butler shooting, the stock price surged from $31 to $46 per share before stabilizing just above $37. So what do you think? You think that that was a mistake?
I call bullshit on this. I wish I could make mistakes like this.
What'd you say, AB?
I need more evidence. Did you hear me?
No, I heard you.
Okay.
My thing is, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. I mean, there's a lot of short selling going on the market, especially with how volatile it is right now. I mean, sometimes I take swags on the market, but for a Donald Trump stock in a situation like that, I don't know. I mean, because there's already, I don't believe it, but there are already rumors out there that Blackrock trained the shooter. I definitely need to see some evidence of that. Just because he appeared in a commercial doesn't mean anything to me. But
then there was some rumors that somehow Blackrock had something to do with that structure that the alleged shooter was on top of. We'll have to look more into that. I was hearing stuff about that last night when I was going through my podcast and everything that I listened to.
Yeah, it's a stretch. Yeah, I got to hear more evidence, like I said.
Yeah. The stock market is weird. I had no idea his stock was this low, though. Let's see. What has it done for the year? So, all right. So, January of this year, January 11th, it skyrocketed up to about $50 about the 23rd. And, of course, it roller coastered. Then it skyrocketed again March 27th to $66. Some change, and it's just it's just roller coasting. But now, ever since May 29th, it's plummeted, shot up a little bit. It's just doing the stock thing. 5 years. Wait, let's go max. Let's see how much was it worth at its highest. Looked like at its highest peak, it was worth $97, and that was back in March 4th of 2022. Yeah. After that, it's been trash. But why is it that suddenly now, as of January 12th, as you can see, it's been dead. It's pretty much been dead since.
Well, that was when he was
September
going through all his
23rd.
legal troubles.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, because like September 20. Why can't I talk today? September 23rd of 22, it was at $16.50, and it kind of just played around in the teens up until you say the legal troubles on January 12th of this year. So 2 years, it kind of dicked around. That's just weird. You say, could it be kept low so people will buy it? Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't buy this. Like since 22? I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't have touched this at all. For a 2 whole years. Now it's playing the game. Yeah. $10-foot pole rule on that one. What you think?
Maybe. See, here's the thing with these corporations, the CEOs, they're connected with the politicians through their
Super PACs.
no, what they call it? The people, the lobbyists.
Yeah,
So
lobbyists.
something could have been communicated, and if you do it through, I mean, what was that movie where it showed a corporation where it was assassinating people? It was a old one with Gene Hackman, where the politicians and the government could have plausible deniability.
Not
and
enemy of the
everything.
state, but
No. It's older. Well, anyway, I wouldn't be surprised. Look, BlackRock with all of their DEI crap
yeah.
that they try to force upon the throats of all these corporations through the bid of giving them money. So if we loan you money, this is what you got to implement in your company. So, and they had to know something. Like Bay said, I don't believe in coincidence. So I mean, all this stuff is interconnected. Just like when 9/11 happened, you had a lot of shorts put on companies and everything prior to that. And I think also it was a short put on Boeing when they were having all those accidents. So remember, the government and the corporations are connected. So I would not be surprised. Like I said the other day,
Unfortunately,
Steven Spielberg could not write a better script. This shit is getting interesting by the day.
Yep.
The rabbit hole is going deep.
Yeah, I just heard today that Biden's telling everybody he's staying in. I was like, okay, let's see what happens by the weekend. I guess whatever.
Well, in 72 hours, we'll see what's going on because today is Friday, so you're gonna have Saturday and Sunday. So you're gonna have a Monday surprise. Either way, either he's staying in or he's gonna drop. So it's gonna be very interesting. And AB, when do the DNC convention start?
Next month, if I'm not mistaken, I forget what day.
So they have to have something go through so they could get that ticket set, or they're just gonna they're either gonna take the L with Biden and wait 2 years so they could get their next candidate up, or they're gonna force them down so they could try to salvage what they fucked up on.
Yeah, well, what's their slogan? Vote blue no matter who. I guess they're gonna put that to the test for real.
Yeah. Well, now the thing, you ain't black if you don't vote for Biden.
I guess. Look, I'll be up front. Blue's my favorite color, but I ain't vote. It's like, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna vote blue.
Oh my God! Did you hear Kerry Jean say that Trump has never insulted the voters, the American public? I was like, excuse me, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I found that deeply offensive.
Who now?
What didn't you play a video our last cast where it was the hypocrisy of Biden with his rhetoric?
Oh, when they were threatening Trump and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And where he was insulting the black voters and saying that it was something nice about the Hispanics, but
Oh yeah, you got to work with the Hispanics. He was telling the so-called civil rights leader that.
like don't try to get a job from me. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work with the Hispanics.
Trump in this racial jungle.
Yeah. And the bootlegs are trying to stay behind by. I was like, okay, I guess they need their money.
Insanity, just straight up insanity. In fact, let me see here. I probably won't be able to find that video, but let's see. Here's Larry Fink talking about forcing change.
You now make a point of that's an investment criteria for you.
Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at Blackrock we are forcing behaviors. 54% of the incoming class are women. We added 4 more points in terms of diverse employment this year, and what we are doing internally is if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay,
we're doing the same thing.
And so it's just you have to force behaviors, and if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not recruiting, it is development, as Ken said. And ultimately, it's still going to take time, but I am just as much shocked as Ken is that we have not seen more opportunities, and we're going to have to force change.
Yeah, you know why you don't force change? Oh, no.
We're about 2 minutes away.
You don't force change because what you get is a bunch of people that don't know what the hell they're doing. They're not trained. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, keep going.
I mean, look at what's going on right now. Because you have DEI hires. Like first thing you tried to do was shove homosexuality down our throat. No pun intended. Not even homosexuality, but trans ideology. All right, you went to the most extremist group, the most extremist group you could think of, and you put them. You made them teachers in the school system. All right, you made them social workers in the school system. You threatened the medical field as far as trying to. What is he talking about? You don't have to force anything. Well, we're gonna get on that. Trust me, we're going to get on that to where they in the medical field, if you don't allow a child or try to convince a child, a teenager, somebody going through puberty, if you don't lie to them and say that they were born in the wrong body and they need these puberty blockers and they need surgery and all of these psychotic things that shouldn't even be talked about with a child, they actually will blacklist you. They will blacklist you. In California, they consider it child abuse if you don't let the school's indoctrination of your child, making them think that they are trans, they consider it child abuse if you say no.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom just got in trouble because he passed a law that says that I guess that kids can hide their so-called gender identity from their parents.
Yeah.
Which I think Art mentioned that yesterday. I think this sinks any talk of him becoming president, because no parent is going for that. I'm not even a parent, and I'm not going for it.
Yeah, and this goes with the philosophy that your children don't belong to you; they belong to the state.
Yeah.
So
That's why a lot of parents, they're pushing homeschooling. Like, get them out of the public schools because the public schools are indoctrinating them to mutilate themselves.
If I'm not mistaken, Trump mentioned homeschooling yesterday too.
I don't blame them. Either that or you have to do a massive overhaul of the public school system, which I think should have been done 20, 30 years ago. When the internet was introduced, computer training should have been a priority.
Yep, along with typing.
Yeah, should have been a priority. But that's not what they're doing. Now, Sora of C said, what is he talking about? You don't have to force anything. Why do you think movies and TV shows and whatnot?
Hey, Bay.
What? Yeah,
I just got a Twitter alert. American Airlines, United, and Delta Airlines just implemented a global ground stop on all flights due to the current significant Microsoft outage that is occurring.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. We're gonna get to that. Let me finish this, and we'll move right over to what happened earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
All of these TV shows and companies like Target, Disney, they're losing stock. They are bottoming out because they're trying to force the ideology on. It's not even you as an adult. They're making these shows for the children. They're aiming these shows at the children, but the children aren't watching these things because the children, two things. Number one, the kids they are addicted to the internet. They are on TikTok, they're on Instagram barely, maybe YouTube. All right. They're doing these things. They're more so on the internet. Also streaming but they don't even really watch streaming services like that. Secondly, and this is where they epically fail, is that it's us, the people who are over the age of 40, that take the children to go to these movies and to watch these shows. We pass along that culture to them. If we're not passing along the culture, then suddenly what do they call us? Istophobes, sexist, racist, homophobic, right? Because we don't want to indoctrinate our kids into their garbage. We're not even watching the stuff, so therefore everything crashes. Everything crashes and burns. This is what Larry Fink and Blackrock and Vanguard and what was it? State Street. This is what they're doing. They're trying to force indoctrination, and it's not working. Yeah, it's not working. It's failing. So, I mean, you can try to force it. It doesn't mean that it's going to work. All right. So, was this you sending me stuff?
It was Twitter.
Okay. So, let's get into what happened today. Unless you guys have an opinion on what I just said.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Folks, we are following some breaking news on this Friday morning. A worldwide Microsoft outage affecting just about everything, every part of our daily life on this Friday, and including airlines, including airports, banks, hospitals in some cases, news organizations as well. Keeping things here somewhat rudimentary. You can see this is actually what a lot of companies are waking up to this morning. It's called the screen of death in the corporate world. Basically means Microsoft isn't operating. This is what the city of Charlotte's website currently looks like. You can't really tell, but I'm getting a big old error message, giving you some indication of what you're facing as you wake up this morning. Definitely check in with your employer. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go and check in with Richard Devane, because he's at the spot here in Charlotte that's really seeing the most impacts, and that's Charlotte Douglas. At some point, Richard, earlier, there's a full ground stop. Is that still the case?
Now, as you've reported earlier, Ben, good morning to you. First of all, good Friday morning, everyone. That American Airlines had said that they have made communication. But as far as flights taking off, we have had no confirmation of flights taking off. standing in front of folks waiting on the Delta line right here. These folks this is makeshift. All of these lines are makeshift this morning, makeshift on a Friday morning. They have people stretching back what would normally be the line that you would be exiting coming out off of a flight, but now they have it here so people can wrap around to go and get to the Delta ticket counter. Now, as Ruben pans over there, you can see they still have the blue screens of death. I can tell you that so far Delta has announced that it has cancel or is about to cancel a flight to Atlanta. Why is that important? Just like Charlotte is a major hub for American Airlines, Delta's major hub is Atlanta. So there are a lot of folks who are trying to fly from other parts. They fly from Charlotte, for instance, to Atlanta, then go other places in the country. That first one of those flights have been canceled. That's going to cause headaches and more backups. Now, we were telling you that they were letting people go through TSA, and as you can see, that is an absolutely packed airport here at Charlotte Douglas. I actually saw someone who works on operations just in the last few minutes say, I don't know what happened. These lines right here that you're looking at, these folks, these are makeshift lines because folks are having troubles getting just to the ticket counters. Spirit Airlines, which is now up, you can see in the distance over there. Earlier, they were having connectivity problems with the app. When they got to the kiosk, they were having problems there. And then at the counter, they were told they were having problems, but they are trying to work through that. The thing is, they're letting folks go through to the TSA. That is really running very smoothly today, but it's the other side. When you get to the gates, that's where a lot of people are having issues. We see these folks are waiting for, I don't even know, folks are waiting for JetBlue, right? Delta. So what have they told you so far? May I ask you a question first of all? How are you doing this morning?
Doing well, how are you?
You've been in line for a minute.
A little bit, yeah.
What have they told you so far?
Systems are down. Just kind of going with the flow at this point.
It's a Negro with a purple suit. Grandpa.
All flights are canceled. All 6 a.m. flights are canceled, I believe.
6 a.m. flight. So where are you going to?
We're trying to get to Cincinnati.
Are you flying to Atlanta? Was
Yep,
that the plan?
flying to
Those
Atlanta,
flights
yeah.
have been canceled already, right?
Yep, it has been canceled, yeah.
Long day?
A little bit, yeah. You know, trying to
You'll be okay.
keep him occupied.
Asian.
Question.
Say yes, bro.
Yes, tired.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys get to your destination.
Passport, bro?
Thank you. A little journalist there. He wants to grab the mic.
Did you say something?
No, I said Blasian. Probably a
Oh
passport,
yeah,
bro.
little
Yeah,
passport, bro.
I just emailed Adrian. I want to get his thoughts on it. He works for the airlines.
So, I mean, we're all familiar with what happened today. At least I hope we're all familiar with what happened today.
Yeah.
So, the way I look at it, this was an attack on, of course, the travel industry, airlines. Because if you're up in the air and those computers go out,
You're fucked.
you understand? You're talking about your air traffic control areas, your
Navigation.
terminal. Yeah, everything goes out. Everything goes out.
I was checking my my company email and nothing was coming out. So I'll find out Sunday rather, when I go to work, how we were affected. Because that Crowdstrike, that's in major corporations use that. So
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's my understanding that this company, Crowdstrike, this is their system, and their update is the one that's crashing everybody's system.
Wow, look at this. All right, let's go to BBC News.
After a day of worldwide IT chaos caused by a global outage, the boss of the cybersecurity firm responsible has said it could be some time before all systems are back up and running. Thousands of flights have been cancelled. Banking and healthcare has been affected, including the NHS, and some TV channels have been taken off air. Millions of people have been affected. The problems were first reported in Australia before spreading across the world, including here, where there were delays and big queues at airports. The American cybersecurity firm Crowdstrike did finally come forward to admit a defect in a software update it had issued, which crashed Windows devices.
All right. How many of you think that it was an update that crashed the devices?
well, I honestly think it was a cyber attack, and it was 2.5 weeks ago. the United States was putting out warnings about potential hacking by North Korea, China, and Russia. So, like I said, it could be coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidence. I think they're just using this as a cover screen so that the population will not be panicked.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, AB?
Either it was a cyber attack or Crowdstrike is in some deep shit.
Yeah, they're gonna lose a lot of money. They're fucked.
I said this again. It's Freestyle Friday. Anybody want to come up? You come on up. The link is in the chat.
And as a programmer, you know, I would certainly hope that they would properly debug that crap before they did the update, test it on multiple systems that they know that their companies are running before you did an update. I mean, I'm just saying, I know it's expensive. I know it's an expensive task, but you know, when you have this many systems that rely on you, you know, you have to know your shit. You got to test that thing on multiple computers, not just your own.
We live in an age where cyber attacks are commonplace. I, of course, would not be surprised at all if this is exactly what it looks to be.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like Lewis said,
and
they're
it's
trying
funny
not to get
also.
people to panic. Go ahead.
Look at all the countries that's affected.
All the countries that are under the crown. Sorry, yeah. Is that where you were going?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All the countries under the crown. All the countries over the under the crown. And for those that don't know what we mean by that, we're talking about those that are under the crown of England.
Oh yeah.
And you may be wondering, yes, the United States is still under the crown.
Oh yeah.
The company is deploying a fix, but not before widespread mayhem. Tonight, we'll be looking at exactly what happened and how it's affected patients, passengers, and businesses. Our first report is from our technology editor, Zoe Kleinman.
The world woke up this morning to global chaos.
Massive tech outages are impacting airlines, businesses, offices.
Thousands of flights grounded globally, long queues, frustrated passengers.
There was nothing on the boards. There was no ground staff.
In the UK, doctors' surgeries forced to let down patients.
We're going to have to cancel your appointment.
Businesses unable to serve customers.
We'll try to receive a credit card payment and just would not accept it. Credit card and debit card.
And TV programs abruptly taken off air. The cause?
At Crowdstrike, we monitor trillions of cyber events.
A single update from this US antivirus company. You may have never heard of the cybersecurity firm Crowdstrike.
Wait. Can we laugh at the irony?
Yeah,
of
the
this
Trojan
commercial
horse
that they made. Yeah. Like clearly somebody opened the gate without checking it first.
Yeah, whoever put this in here has a lot of dark humor. I like that person.
Before, but it has nearly 24,000 customers around the world, many of them huge organizations like airlines and banks.
We stop a lot of bad things from happening.
We're deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. So we know what the issue is. We're resolving and have resolved the issue now. It's recovering systems that are out there.
For a second.
So
Hey,
what went
AB.
wrong? First of all,
You said Andre works at the airlines, right?
No, not Andre. Adrian Thomas. He
Oh, okay.
He's more
My bad.
behind the scenes. With,
What's up,
yeah.
Andre?
No, Andre's in Canada.
Yeah, hit the link, Andre. Go ahead, play it.
Okay, I have to show this right quick. Look at their stock. Look at their stock plummet.
Oh dear.
Wow, they lost what looks to be about $70 worth of stock since Monday.
Man.
Let's see. 5 days. So yeah, Thursday. Yeah, look at it. It just crashed.
Now
from 345 down to 294. They're kind of lightweight trying to rebound, but it is not working. They are
Wait.
projected to just.
Hey,
what?
Bay.
Yeah.
Can I put my tinfoil kufi on for a minute?
Oh, please.
Now, I'm gonna have to go around just to get here. You had Blackrock that put a short on Trump's company the day before the assassination attempt. Now we got to look. I wonder if Blackrock has anything to do with Crowdstrike. Now, either this is a hack from outside nefarious sources, or this is a mistake with their update, or this could be a way of punishing the public for Trump getting elected.
This is a hack.
To cause even more economic peril.
This was a hack. Look at the stock.
Yeah.
Look at the stock. It seems like about Monday, people kind of figured out that, hey, we're getting brute force attacks. So as you can see, people who were in the know, in the circle, they started dropping their stock. They started selling their stock. Look how it slowly, gradually drops until the next morning, Tuesday. And then it just starts dropping. You see that? With very few people climbing up, and then boom, then the hack happens and it just plummets. Somebody knew. People on the inside knew Monday, July 15th at 6:30 p.m. Somebody got wind of it. Somebody got wind of what was going on, and then they started running their mouth. Especially on Wednesday. Especially on Wednesday. That's when it, word of mouth starts hitting really around Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, that's when word of mouth really expanded. And then boom, we had the cyber attack. Because remember, it happened last night. All right. It happened last night, really early morning overseas in England. And then it got to us. Yeah, that's not a coincidence. That stock price, the way it went, that was not a coincidence.
Be clear, this was not a hack or cyber attack. You don't need to change your passwords. A faulty update meant millions of Microsoft users saw this screen pop up. If you know it, it'll make you shiver. The blue screen of death. It pops up when there's a critical error affecting the operation of your PC, in this case accompanied by an unending loop of trying and failing to restart and launch properly. It only affected machines running Microsoft, but there are a lot of them. And what's the fix? Well, it's not straightforward. Every single machine affected needs a manual reboot in safe mode, which is not as simple as turning it off and on again. Microsoft says some people have had to do it 15 times, so it could take a while. Spare a thought for IT departments.
There will be some.
That's how you know it's bullshit. That's how you know it was a hack. That's how you know it was a hack. Why would it take that many times in safe mode in order for your computer to come back online if it was just a little, software patch or update gone wrong? Because you're supposed to, like you said, AB, you're supposed to test it before it goes out. You test it before it goes out, but we'll let them play the game.
Someone in Crowdstrike who will be in a lot of trouble right now for not getting this right. And there will be a lot of people working this weekend in businesses all over the world to try and fix this problem and to patch it up. But at the same time, this is the price we pay for being so reliant on digital infrastructure.
From travel chaos to grocery shop payment problems, there'll now be tough questions about the damage done by one faulty update. How did it slip through Microsoft's safety nets? The cybersecurity world still advises that it's a good idea to keep on top of software updates, although perhaps today is not the day to bang that particular drum. Zoe Kleiman, BBC News.
As we heard, the firm behind the outage, Crowdstrike, has held up its hands but admitted that it'll take time for things to get back to normal. Our correspondent Emma Vardy is outside their headquarters in Austin, Texas. And as Zoe said, not many people will have heard of this company, Emma. It's accidentally created such chaos.
Well, Crowdstrike.
Have you noticed something about these newscasters?
What? What's up, Snowman?
Middle-aged women. All three of them have been middle-aged women. Have you?
Well, a lot of them, that's what they gravitated to back in the day, was journalism.
Based here in Austin has gained a strong reputation in a relatively short space of time for providing very strong top IT security solutions. So it's relied upon by lots of different companies. It operates in more than 100 countries around the world. And as well as IT security, it also gets called in to investigate hacks and some of the detective work about who the hackers are behind major cyber attacks. So the chief executive today has said he's deeply sorry for what happened, but as to why a routine software update caused so many problems, the answer to that isn't exactly clear. Some experts have speculated that perhaps it was a lack of testing which led to some weaknesses slipping through. But clearly, Crowdstrike is now going to face some credibility problems. Its stock price has fallen, and there are going to be questions over what repercussions software firms like this should face when flaws cause major disruption.
Thank you very much. Emma Vardy reporting there.
You know
the
what
outage has wreaked havoc on people's travel plans with...
Say what now?
You know what may have happened? If I'm not mistaken, that's a corporation, right?
Mm-hmm.
What may have happened is a lot of these greedy jackasses on this board like to rush shit when it comes to software, and someone may have rushed that out without properly testing it, and stuff like this can happen, especially when you don't properly test it. And I don't know what they're doing that will make Windows crash like that, but you know.
Now, wait a minute. Do Microsoft own CrowdStrike or have anything to do with CrowdStrike?
I don't think so. Well, I haven't heard anything about them owning CrowdStrike.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see what. Oh, wait. Oh. All right, so CrowdStrike Holdings is an American cybersecurity technology company based in Austin, Texas. It provides cloud workload protection and endpoint security, threat intelligence, and cyber attack response services. The company has been involved in investigations of several high-profile cyber attacks, including the 2014 Sony Pictures hack, the 2015-16 cyber attacks on the Democratic National Committee, and the 2016 email leak involving the DNC. In July of 2024, a faulty update in the security software, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. Hold on, let's see here. I'm at the about section. Let's see here.
AB, look in the back chat.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in Google Finance. Hold on.
You got the same number you got me before?
Yeah.
Okay, it's in my phone.
All right. What's up, BGS?
What's going on, Master Teacher?
What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking this up. Let's see here. See who owns it. I don't think anybody owns it. No, they're looks like they're self-owned. Yeah, they're self-owned. Apparently, let's see, Sean Henry. It's co-founded. Okay, it was co-founded by George Kurtz, Dmitry Alperovich, and Greg Marston. Of course, he retired. Sean Henry, a former FBI official who was hired to lead the subsidiary CrowdStrike Services. All All right. Yeah. So they're not. They're self-owned. All right. Yeah, they're self-owned. All right. So somebody hit them. There's no way that they did this by accident. Somebody hit them. Somebody had to show them. Somebody hit them with a show of force. There's no way they could be this sloppy. I mean, I get it, but this right here, this is how you lose government contracts, like flat out.
Yeah, because this affected Microsoft, Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah, it affected a whole bunch of people. Yeah, they're gonna lose their contract if they can't prove that somebody else did it.
And you say it was an accident from your own update, so that's showing incompetence on your side, on your behalf rather. So
yeah, you have to test and debug that stuff before you send it out.
And my man AB here, he works with coding and all that stuff. That's why I wanted you to come up, because you know all about this.
You want me to post the link again?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let me come back. What am I looking at? Okay.
Oh, you mentioned middle age. Well, she ain't middle age now; she's old. But did you see Gayle King on the Sports Illustrated cover?
Yeah. Oh no, I did not want to see that. Nobody wants to see a Gayle King.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see a Gayle King. Let's get back to this.
Thousands of flights cancelled around the world. At UK airports, there have been huge queues and delays, all on a day which is supposed to be one of the year's busiest. Here's our transport correspondent, Katie Austin.
What a start to the summer holidays. At Gatwick Airport, passengers who should have been on planes were forced to wait out delays.
So people are tired. They've been handing out water. The boards don't really say anything. So it tells you where to go, but there's no departure. There's no departure, like times of flights.
Many airlines found themselves unable to use their normal systems.
We've had to revert back to pen and paper, basically, and manually check each of our customers in. Of course, that takes longer for our customers. So we've seen a good operation, but it's a slower operation, and we expect that operation to continue today.
From chaos at Amsterdam to planes stuck on the ground at Newark in the US, cancellations and delays spread around the world. Edinburgh stopped accepting incoming flights. Delayed passengers tried to figure out their options.
A little bit stressful. Hopefully it'll be okay now. But the staff at the airport have been great.
Here at Heathrow Airport Terminal 3, for a time this morning, passengers were turning up to be told they couldn't drop off their bags and they just had to go away and wait for more information.
Go away.
On Britain's railway, most services have been running, but there's been some disruption and problems with passenger information systems. People whose flights have been cancelled should be offered rebooking or a refund, but probably not compensation, as it'll count as extraordinary circumstances. Back at Gatwick, that was the reaction to a system reboot after nearly a 7-hour wait to check in for a North Atlantic flight. As the afternoon went on, aviation began to recover, but the knock-on impact of disruption on what was set to be the busiest day for UK flights since before the pandemic will take time to sort out. Katie Austin, BBC News.
And just a reminder, you can get all the latest on the travel turmoil online, and that's at bbc.co.uk/news.
I had an idiot on my TikTok, of course, a chick, to my some, the oligarchs, they're suffering. I'm like, do you see multimillionaires in those lines? What lines?
They have their own planes.
I'm about to say they got their own private jets. Why would they suffer?
Bruh. Matter of fact, I guess now would be a good time to, since my phone is going off. You see this? Can you see this bag? Wait, let me see this bag right here.
Yeah, I see it. That's your Faraday bag?
Yep. Drop this sucker in here. Matter of fact, if you want to test it, because I know you heard my phone go off, right?
Yeah. Because I remember when I called, you want me to call you?
Call it.
Okay.
Now this bag was like $20 off of Amazon. When I go to sleep, I throw my phone in here. You can put your keys in here too. It stops all signals.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 470.
Up, hang on, I'll put my number out there.
I'm not doxing you.
Yeah, I throw my phone in there at night so that way I can get a good night's sleep. But right now those bags are crucial.
I might need to start doing that because we got people like to come will ring your phone at night to get in the door. I live in an apartment complex.
Oh yeah, you're better off with one than without. You get I got a couple of them. Like I got the giant bag, you know, for laptops. This one's for tablets. You can really see that it's for tablets, and I guess this one too. So
yeah, and that could block all. They got the wallets too that will block the RFID scanners that try to get to your debit and credit cards.
Yeah, that's next. I'm waiting on that to get dropped off. And now I'm trying to decide whether or not I should even plan my trip now with stuff like this going on. We'll see how it goes, but
Well, for the NHS, it's GP practices in England and Northern Ireland that have been most affected, with doctors struggling to access their records and online bookings. Pharmacy services have also been hit. Here's our health editor, Hugh Pym.
So I am at the minute doing...
Life is usually hectic at GP practices, but a lot more so today. Most in England had no access to electronic patient records, frustrating for doctors and patients.
This has significant impact because actually the bulk of our workload, we need access to people's blood results and people's notes. And so there's a lot that we can't do. All we can really do is minor injuries and minor illness.
At some health centres, only the sickest patients were being seen, with other appointments cancelled.
Yeah, I tried to get an appointment today at the doctor's for 8:30. I was told, unfortunately, due to the systems being down, there was no appointments available, and to go to see the chemist.
I can't get my sick note updated, and unfortunately, I was about to be sanctioned by the Social Security Office.
Only written prescriptions are available, with pharmacists warning patients the electronic system has failed.
Anybody who's coming in for their prescriptions, we have to tell them to go away, go back to the surgery, and then get the old-fashioned FB10s, which is the old green prescriptions, and then get that signed off by the doctor.
Really nice to meet you.
Ministers are monitoring developments across the health system.
There's a genuine glitch that's affected systems right across the world and is having a particular impact on GP practices and pharmacy. We're working with colleagues across government to get things back up and working as quickly as possible.
Hospitals say urgent and emergency care has not been affected, and if people have got appointments booked, they come in as normal. But no one's denying that there has been an impact on some routine day-to-day activities at NHS trusts.
Unfortunately, due to the global IT issues, we're going to need to cancel your appointments.
While surgeries are postponing some patients and resorting to paper records, NHS England says phone systems are working and there are measures to manage the disruption. But while services in Northern Ireland and England are still affected, GPs can only hope the problems are resolved quickly. Hugh Pym, BBC News.
Let's have.
You know why I'm laughing? Because we all grew up in an age before the internet. So we know how to function without the internet. But these people don't.
Stuff is way too reliant. You know, that they use the excuse of being environmentally friendly because everything is digital. So you don't have to use paper.
Yeah, well.
Now we're going back to the paper age?
The Stone Age almost.
But the paper age. Pen and paper.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. They store most of that stuff in a database, and you don't have access to the database. You need to have a backup plan. Most of that stuff nowadays is stored in a database somewhere. so they can query it and get whatever record they need as fast as possible.
And this shows your vulnerability when you're too reliant on everything with technology.
True.
And what's funny too, like where I work, our telephone system is through the internet. It's not through a
landline.
Yeah, it's not a provider. Everything is through the net. And I remember it was a problem where our phone lines didn't even work because everything ran through the internet.
To be fair, I don't have a landline. I gotta I'm only going off my cell phone now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got cell phones and everything, but I'm talking about companies. A lot of companies, to save money, they have their phone system run through the internet and not through a regular landline where you have something like Verizon or AT&T.
Wow, they actually use Wi-Fi. Wow, okay.
Matter of fact, now that we're actually talking about that, there was a Disney hack. That just happened last week, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me.
I kind of heard about that. Yeah.
Pulling it up now. I'm going to Hollywood Reporter, although I shouldn't. Yeah, you see, Hollywood fears of a major hack are growing as Disney reckons with its internal Slack channels being stolen and AT&T grapples with a massive breach. Security experts are concerned that the industry-wide rush to streaming and use of third-party services increases risk. And now you're trying to tell me that what happened last night, this morning, was a software update issue? Right, as I see here, 10 years ago, a hacker group calling itself the Guardians of Peace released a trove of internal communications and data from Sony Pictures. Its demand that Sony pull an upcoming film, The Interview, in which Seth Rogen and James Franco played journalists trying to secure an interview with Kim Jong-un, which I didn't even watch that movie. Did y'all watch that movie?
No.
Yeah. What followed became an international story and led to the eventual departure of some Sony executives over the embarrassing contents of their communications. Oh yeah, that's when they was being racist towards Kevin Hart and everything. Y'all remember that?
No.
Sort of, kind of. I never liked Kevin Hart anyway, but
Yeah, they were talking crap about Kevin Hart and whatnot. I mean, they was being racist like a mug. Not just towards him, but just in general. But he was one of the big names that they went after in their emails. Earlier this month, the hacktivist group No Budge, which says it chooses its targets based on protecting artists' rights and ensuring fair compensation for their work, dumped a terabyte's worth of data from the Walt Disney Company, including communications from internal Slack channels, images, logins, and other data. Have fun sifting through. Yeah. Have fun sifting through it, the group told visitors to its website. To be sure, the 2024 Disney hack is no 2014 Sony hack. You don't even know that. It's going to take you, months to go through a terabyte worth of information. While the Sony hackers appear to have had very specific goal, getting a controversial film shelved, the Disney hackers seem to have more patriotic motivation. Anyway, an antipathy toward artificial intelligence generated art, for example. But in many ways, the new hack is emblematic of a concerning growing trend that has hit many companies in the media and entertainment sector. In just the past few months, Roku suffered a breach impacting hundreds of thousands of user accounts, and Ticketmaster owner Live Nation disclosed that a hacker group obtained data from more than 500 million of its customers. Earlier in July, AT&T disclosed a massive breach that included call and text data attached to nearly all of its wireless customers. The rationale for all of those hacks was much clearer: cash. The vast majority of this is all about dollars and cents. It's not about inherently making a statement, said Colin Walk, an attorney with the firm Hall Estel, who specializes in cybersecurity issues. Sure, on some occasions it may be, and on some occasions maybe it's national security. But in the vast majority of these instances, it's dollars. Isn't that the purpose of Crowdstrike?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the case of Roku, hackers sold account data for 50 cents a piece, while the Ticketmaster hackers demanded a ransom from the company to delete its customer data. AT&T paid its hackers $370,000 in Bitcoin to delete the data they stole, according to Wired, which spoke to the intermediary that brokered the deal. Just $370K in Bitcoin? You could have got 300 million. Anyway, you're going to jail regardless. In general, I would say a hacker is going for some type of data, according to security consultant Tyler Hudock. Most of the time, the attacker is going to try to monetize the stealing of that data, either through some type of ransom or by trying to auction it off to the highest bidder on the dark net. But large media, entertainment, and telecom companies may be particularly enticing targets for hackers, multiple experts say. For starters, companies that are a household name make for higher profile targets. And as entertainment companies push further into direct-to-consumer streaming, they will also be more likely to have data that somebody is going to be concerned about, Hudock says. Yeah, because of the user passes and the credit cards. You know, what is the point of hacking a movie theater when the only thing you get is just credit card info? But you hack a streaming service, you get everything. That may include personal information about streaming customers, credit card numbers, or other information. Yeah. Excuse me.
This is why for those you don't know, this is why we've started salting passwords in the database. So when you type your password in, it looks like something completely different in the database. And then, in my personal opinion, they need to do that with credit card numbers too. So in case somebody does break in, they don't have anybody's credit card information or personal information. But
wow.
What do I know? What do I know? I'm just your daily programmer.
Yeah, just a daily programmer. I understand. Yeah. Kim was supposedly threatening to go to war with the U.S. because of that movie. Yeah, because they made fun of him. That's all I remember was that movie was a comedy. Anyway, I'm not.
Oh, is that when they blow? I think I remember that movie. That's when they blew him up. Oh, let me shut up.
Yeah,
they shot a missile or something and blew him up.
I just work here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really a Seth Rogen or
me neither.
Who's the other guy? The one that played Peter Parker's best friend, the Falco. I'm not really. They don't put me in a seat. They don't make me want to watch a movie, so I didn't care. James Franco, thank you. I said the Falco. That's the comic book artist. I did. Hacking is the thing. You've got because from what I understand, Iran, they have their hacking skills are top notch. That's something that Korea. In Korea, they spend a lot of money on perfecting their cyber attack skills. Right. So I mean, there's no telling. I mean, eventually it might come out, but
and they probably start their hackers at a young age too.
Yeah, because I mean, any nation that has just a moniker of common sense. These little kids, they're on their cell phones and tablets at 3, 4, 5 years old. So by the time you get them in kindergarten, they're on tablets. You get them in first grade, you need to be working on, learning coding.
Yes.
learning coding. When they're in elementary school, you get them on coding. You start, I mean, they pretty much, but think about it. By the time they get to first grade, they already know how to type. You know, they already know how to type because they're
Which is a
typing
requirement
in.
for coding.
Yes, they're already typing in their favorite little programs on YouTube
shows.
or whatnot. Yeah, they already know how to do it. These kids are very advanced when it comes to spelling. All right, they know how to use technology. It's embarrassing as somebody. I'm 53, 52. I'm 52. It's embarrassing that a 12-year-old knows how to navigate a cell phone, a tablet, and all of that stuff better than I do.
Well, you gotta look at when we had computers. I mean, for home, they're very primitive to what we have today. And I remember being in school, we had typing class, but when technology advanced, we were up there in age where we're out in the streets, engaging with fellow people and trying to get with girls and everything. I mean, the most technologically stuff that we were dealing with was either like video games or something like that.
Right.
And we just used a computer as a little novelty, like, oh, we have it, we'll be on AOL chat room or whatever, or scurrying the web, but it wasn't a necessity for us.
Oh yeah, I remember my first real computer experience was with I think it was Windows 3.1.
Remember when the computers used to have the cassette tapes where you hold the data in?
Oh, that's before my time.
No, you put a cassette tape, like you had the floppy disk, but you had the cassette tape, and you play games and stuff off the cassette tape.
Really?
In the computer. Yeah, this is back in the day.
I remember the big floppy disk. The real big floppy disk before they went to the small one.
I'm trying to get us to where we're all in this, but I can't get it with the window. Okay. Yeah, big back PCs. Yeah, big back PCs.
That's true.
You had the
monitor
AOL
was like
disc.
50 pounds.
Remember the AOL discs?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember those. We got a ton of those. Got a ton of those AOL discs.
Yeah, zip drives. And my cousin, my little cousin, he was 12. He was already coding. He already was inventing his own video games on computers.
And with me, the big thing, like with my introduction to the internet, was actually when I had my my Sega Dreamcast, and you plug the phone, you connect the modem into the phone jack, and I used to scurry the net over that and everything.
Remember when YouTube, you could only do like 15-minute videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. When those such things.
Google videos, you had longer videos on it compared to YouTube back in the day before Google bought YouTube.
Now they embarrass us. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into DaVinci Resolve right now, so I can make some more standalone videos.
I'm sorry. So,
into what, AB?
DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
It's a video editor.
All right, so I guess let's get into one more story with the Trump assassination attempt fallout.
Well, do you want me to play the Faith and Values? What they were talking about it?
Yeah, we're gonna do that right after we do the story.
All right.
Yeah. So go ahead and pull that window up so when I finish we can play it.
Yeah.
So this was today. Florida man arrested, accused of making threats against Trump, Vance, and Vice President Vance Vice Presidential Candidate Vance on social media. But keep in mind though, matter of fact, let me read this, then I'll make that statement. Jupiter, Florida. Florida man accused of making threats against former President Donald Trump, U.S. Senator J.D. Vance, and their families on social media was arrested on Friday, police said. The Jupiter Police Department said in a news release that officers were arrested Michael W. Wiseman on charges of written threats to kill. He was taken into custody without incident and lodged in Palm Beach County Jail, according to Jupiter Police Major Don Hennessy. I was about to say magistrate. That's a judge. Wiseman was in custody at the facility on Friday night, a jail employee confirmed. The employee said she didn't have information about whether Wiseman had an attorney to contact for comment on his behalf. Detectives said Wiseman had made multiple written threats on Facebook against Trump and Vance, who became the Republican presidential and vice presidential nominees, respectively, this week. Threats were also made concerning bodily harm against members of the Trump and Vance families, according to police. Multiple people notified local police in person and online about the post, police said. Jupiter is about 20 miles north of Trump's Mar-a-Lago home in Palm Beach. The investigation was conducted in coordination with the U.S. Secret Service and the Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office, police said. Oh, now the Secret Service wants to take something serious. And let me say this. For all of this talk about the police being racist and Democrats being evil and racist and gun-toting wackadoos, number one, why are you running your mouth towards these people? Why are you exhibiting wild animal behavior towards people that you're supposedly afraid of? Can someone help me explain that?
Total dysfunction of our community.
AB, any comments on that?
They're effing around and find out. That's all I gotta say about it. You know, you can't make threats against a former president and think you're not going to get looked at.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I watch these. They say Zelensky owns a mansion up the beach from Mar-a-Lago. You get black folks claiming that white folks and white police are racist, but yet you sitting up here making threats and behaving like a wild heathen animal.
So I'll be straight up with you, Bay. When I go on TikTok, you know, they like to claim that the MAGA ones are crazy. No, it's some of these so-called lefties. I'm not trying to be funny. I think some of them are demon possessed.
Oh, bruh. When I make
and I'm not trying to be funny. If you go look at their eyes, like, yeah, something's wrong with them. Something's wrong with some of them.
Well, that's the soft generation. They don't know how to handle conflict, or when adversity comes to their face, they don't know how to rationally handle it. And two, in a lot of those liberal groups, especially those in college, that is part of their strategy. Also, they're taught that how to react that way. If they and it's always the ones that when you make an argument or something and they can't intellectually combat it, they go to these tactics.
Yeah.
When I post, especially on TikTok, because I look at it as a social experiment. Like, I'll get my ground news, like I'll get posts from there. Every time there's a new post, I get it. I'll screenshot it, I'll throw it on my TikTok. And especially the political stuff. And you'll watch, like, it'll get 1,000 views within an hour easily. And the matter of fact, AB, that's what I need to talk to you about. You got to learn how to use your hashtags, brother. You want your posting to be popping, you got to use your hashtags. Got to use your hashtags. You do your hashtags, your views will grow. But at any rate, you'll get people who are on the right and who are on the left. They'll all post together, and it is always white people on the left that take the conversation left. They say the stupidest things. They have the stupidest responses, and they always insulting people for no reason.
Babe, don't talk about Destiny like that. Oops, I said it out loud.
Oh, jobless Destiny. I don't know how the hell he gonna make money now.
Oh, well, he's a bisexual cuck, so he could be somebody's little boy toy.
Yeah, he put some clear heels on.
No,
you can't go on OnlyFans. That's shutting down.
No, shave the face, get the little boy feature looking. No. Cut all that beard off, that facial hair.
Yeah.
Be winking his brown eye.
No comment.
On that site that got the famous theme music. Dye his hair blonde, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I swear to God, I don't know what I tell people all the time, like, yo, well, especially black folks who be caping, they be talking with their mama's mouths, talking about 34 felonies and all that stuff. You know how they just repeat the party line against Trump or whatnot.
Verbatim.
Yeah, verbatim. And I'm like, you do understand that the Democratic Party is more racist than the Republican Party, right? How so? I was like, because they have your mama in economic slavery, which puts you in economic slavery.
Hold on, wait, let's talk about that for a minute, babe. You do know who the Democrat Party was started by, right?
What, the Dixiecrats?
Yeah, but particularly Andrew Jackson, slave owner. The Democrat Party was started by a slave owner. That's why I laugh when I hear people talking about, Trump's a racist, and I'm just like, and 10 of your first 12 presidents were slave owners. They owned you as property. When I hear people talk about Project 2025, I was like, okay, I'm gonna need you to pick up the American Slave Coast and read what they were doing back then. It has nothing on Project 2025. They can't even implement half that stuff they're talking about in Project 2025. So, what y'all worried about?
A lot of that stuff. Let's say that is actually they're going to push forward with Project 2025. A lot of that stuff is going to get thrown out.
Yeah,
it's going to get thrown out because it's so over the top ridiculous.
And as BGS pointed out, a lot of that stuff is old. This stuff they've wanted to do for years anyway. So and it don't work. So because they try to get rid of Obamacare. How did that work out?
But then again, he say no, Obama was racist as well. Like what, you have 9 people shot by white supremacists and you sing a Negro slave spiritual at their funeral, and of course, black folks ate it up.
I think it's gonna be crazy though, Baze. Then when they record, you hear them in the background, I forgive you. I was like, really?
Well, that's because
Obama raised by.
You get that check. Back when they were shooting, matter of fact, that's been a holdover ever since the Obama administration. Your son gets shot, just go on TV with Ben Crump, say I forgive you, and Ben Crump will work out how much your check will be, and of course he'll get his 60%, and then of course the government will take their 40%.
Oh yeah, whenever I see Ben Crump, I was like, oh, he's about to get oh crap, they're about to set it out of court.
Oh yeah, you're going to be able to get you a new wardrobe, a new used car.
Pretty much, because that's pretty much what you're going to walk away with after you pay state and federal taxes and Ben Crump. You're going to walk away with just enough to do that. Maybe you'll catch up on you'll be able to catch up on your car note, catch up on your cell phone bill. Whatnot. Maybe pay your rent for a couple months and then you're done. Don't blow it. But Ben Crump trying to be the modern day Jesse Jackson. Remember Rainbow? Was it Rainbow Push
Coalition?
Yeah, the Rainbow Coalition, Operation Push or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All that was blackmailing companies. You show up with your paid picketers, all right, and Jesse Jackson goes in and negotiates a check, also getting you a promotion for a job that you're not qualified for, and by the time the dust settles, your ass is out of a job because of gross incompetence. They paperwork you right up out of there,
and then they get their people to be on your board of directors, so you get a check, which is a way of extortion. Because isn't that how Jesse Jackson's son got in trouble with Anheuser-Busch?
Trying to extort them? Yeah, they wasn't going for it. Boycotting Coke. Remember that one? Yeah, I remember all of that. It was nothing but an extortion racket. Nothing but an extortion racket.
Hey, babe, boycotting Coke. Don't they fund the NAACP? Oops, did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did. But I mean, this is America. It's a capitalistic country. You got to know how to play the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you got to know how to play the game.
And that's our biggest problem. We don't know how to operate within this the system.
We operate off of emotion,
feelings,
instead of intellect, because we have our mama's brain. We got our mama's welfare survivalist brain. So everything is an emotional outburst. Everything is, hollering, screaming, and wanting to fight the cops. That's why I laugh when people talk about January 6th, especially black folks. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, what about all those Black Lives Matter riots?
Yep. Tearing up businesses.
Yeah, tearing up businesses, threatening reporters and everything. What is y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember the one guy, he pretty much sexually assaulted Keke Palmer in Ferguson. Y'all probably don't remember that, but she went out there to Ferguson to protest what was it, the Brown?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you got these dudes on tape. She had on a skirt, a knee-high skirt, almost like a sundress, and they pulled the skirt up, exposing her booty.
Oh, wow.
And of course, that's Keke Palmer, so she turned around smiling. She thought that was cute.
Oh, no wonder she's crazy. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Now you have DEI. DEI is now doing what the NAACP used to do.
Diversity, equity, inclusion, or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, so now what they do, they go to companies to strong arm them and say, hey, if you don't bow down to our demands, especially in the gaming industry, if you don't bow down to our demands, I mean, there might be a report out that you're a racist company and, we'll mess up your stocks.
Don't talk about Ubisoft.
So now you got Mary Jane looking like she got Down syndrome, and the other female characters looking like they trans activists.
Mm-hmm.
The one black guy, he was mad about one of his characters looking like a black butchy nerd. And he was like, this isn't what I sent y'all. He's like, he actually sent them. He designed the character based off a real black woman, and she was pretty. She's gorgeous. He modeled his character after her.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent him back this looked like a black Velma talking about a warrior. And he was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't send y'all this. What is this trash? But they called him behind the scenes, told him to shut up or else they'll blackmail him out of the industry. So he didn't say nothing.
Oh, well, sounds about right, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's DEI. And people wonder why corporations are throwing them away. People wonder why I speak out against it. Like, because it's not diversity and equity and inclusion. It's blackmail. It's corporate blackmail.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts black men as well as black women, especially. But people they're shallow, so they only see where it's helping black folks. How? Well, it's getting black people jobs. Yeah, but what do those jobs entail? Can you go deeper than that?
And what do they have to do to get those jobs? Oops.
They got to eat the taco. You say Velma eats Skittles, and I don't know about Shaggy anymore. Oh, if y'all haven't watched this new quote unquote offshoot of Scooby Doo called Velma. Yeah, Shaggy he's a black dude. He's a simp. He's a beta male simp.
Yep.
They make fun of Fred. Fred is a white boy that can't even. He's so incompetent. He can't even cut his own face. Huh? Yeah, he can't tie his own shoe. Yeah, it's the most ridiculous garbage. You know, who was it? Daphne is an Asian who sells drugs. Who
is a lesbian.
Is a lesbian. And of course, I mean, at least Velma is actually an incompetent POS like Mindy Kaling truly is. So I'll give her that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the father is he's dating his what used to be their Hispanic maid.
Yep.
Yeah, he's wound up having a baby with her and everything. So there's the passport bro element to it.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget they had Velma get on the pole.
Well, I only watched one season. I know there's a second season, but one season was enough for me. I was done.
Did that second season come out already?
Yeah, season 2. I believe it might be out. I don't know. I don't really watch.
I got Max, but I've been watching The Adventures of Superman. I haven't looked at Velma.
Yeah, HBO Max. If I watch Max, it'll probably be because of the Adventures of Harley Quinn. That's pretty good. Look at us, we getting our nerd on. But the Adventures of Harley Quinn, it was a good show. I mean, we don't care that she's a lesbian because, I mean, she's Harley Quinn. We expect her to be all weird like that. And we know Poison Ivy hates men. So we expect her to, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah, that's true.
Right. We expect her to eat at Taco Bell. So it's not feasible, but it's funny. It's funny as shit. When they had Joker rapping. They had the Joker rapping at the Villain Awards. That was hilarious. Y'all got to watch it. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go ahead. Let's get this video out the way.
All right, this is anybody out here. This is True News. Is conservative white Christian site. Those I know. Every time when I play this, a lot of people jump off. But the reason why I watch it is because they have very good investigation skills. So give me a minute. They have a tendency.
This is True News for July 19, 2024. I'm Doc Burkhart, and I'm sitting in for True News host and founder Rick Wiles. On today's Godcast, we'll review the latest attack on Tel Aviv, this time by drone. We'll also talk about the final night of the Republican National Convention, share some highlights from that event. We'll give you the latest updates on the attempted murder of Donald Trump with Senator Josh Hawley, revealing whistleblowers spilling the beans on what happened last Saturday. Also, the next 48 hours could determine Joe Biden's decision on whether or not to continue to remain in this year's presidential race. First, the big news this morning is a so-called cyber crash that Microsoft and Crowdstrike experienced, shutting down airports, banks were impacted, and 9/11 services refused to operate. We'll begin our analysis with this headline from CNN. It starts off here. Global Microsoft outage hits airlines, banks, and businesses. And there's the infamous blue screen of death that you're seeing there. According to CNN, and this is one of the major outlets reporting on this, that these global outages, what were they? Well, there were tech disruptions worldwide, hitting airlines, banks, businesses, even emergency services, as I mentioned in the open. So what's behind this? Well, the outages appeared to stem partly from a software update for Microsoft Windows operating systems issued by cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike, experts tell CNN. Now, what's the plan? They plan to fix deployed, but impacts remain, and they'll still be affected even as we do today's True News. CrowdStrike CEO said a fix has been deployed, and Microsoft said the underlying cause has been fixed, but that the outages are still affecting some services. So what were those critical services that were affected? Well, you had 9/11 services that were down in several states in the U.S. Major U.S. airlines, including Delta, United, and American Airlines, have had flights grounded, and airlines in Europe and Asia have also seen disruptions. Banks in Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Britain have been impacted, as have health services in Israel, Germany, and the UK. Wall Street Journal is reporting here as well that a major IT outage grounds flights, hits banks and businesses worldwide. This is from the Wall Street Journal. It says that Windows computers and tablets crashed in countries from the U.S. to China to Australia, with reports of forced restarts spreading across social media. And it goes on to say many affected machines were unable to restart, instead showing the blue screen of death that has been common with Windows in the past. Crowdstrike Chief Executive Officer George Kurtz said in a post on X that the issue had been identified and a fix had been deployed, adding that this is not a security incident or cyber attack. That one update from a single company could plunge so many companies, from airline check-in desks to consultants' conference rooms, into a digital dark age, serving as a stark warning of the economy's technological dependence and the dangers of too much consolidation around the same tools. Now, I do find it interesting that the current CEO of CrowdStrike, Mr. Kurtz, was also the chief security officer of CrowdStrike. He served as Obama's executive assistant director under the FBI for cybersecurity. So he's definitely a Obama and Biden loyalist. Now, the question that remains is, of course, we're all vulnerable to cyber crashes and things like that as well. But the question is, if it was a cyber attack, how would we know? How would we ever know if it was a cyber attack? By simply blaming a cyber crash, because that is a very real possibility. In fact, it's not something that's far out on the conspiracy edge at all. No less than Klaus Schwab almost appeared to be begging for a cyber crash of some kind, whether a cyber attack or cyber crash, several years ago, in a video I want to share with you right now. Watch this.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
Greater than COVID, he said. And so that's why we inform you with stories such as this today, because there's a lot of possibilities out there, folks, for a cyber attack. And it could come from a variety of sources. It could come from an enemy nation like Russia or China, or friendly nation, so-called friendly, like Ukraine or Israel. It could come from even within our own nation, a potential cyber attack disguised as a cyber crash. That's why we need to be discerning in talking about these events and the things that are happening and how they fit into the total global domination of the deep state. So we'll keep you informed. You keep your eyes and ears open for things that just don't fit in the cyber realm. Well, as they work through these cyber issues today, there's another issue that is going on that will probably be decided here within the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, NBC News had some breaking information earlier today that they shared with their audience, and this is the latest update on President Joe Biden.
NBC News is now learning from two people familiar with the discussions that members of President Biden's family have talked about what an exit from this campaign might look like. But those conversations are happening as the Biden campaign insists he won't drop out.
So you're getting conflicting messages here that he's thinking about dropping out, he's not dropping out, and depends on who you ask, really. This is from Semaphore News here. The Democrats, they're reporting this, that Democrats are starting to look past Joe Biden. What does a post-Joe Biden candidacy for president look like? Who are they going to run? How are things going to shake out? So there are members of the Democratic Party, the elite in the Democratic Party, and the donor class within the Democratic Party that are extremely concerned on Joe Biden's ability to continue to campaign and to continue to confront Mr. Trump. And so this next 24 to 48 hours is going to be critical for Mr. Biden. Bloomberg is reporting that the president is facing unprecedented pressure to drop out of the race, but the campaign insists that Joe Biden plans to press on. So President Joe Biden is absolutely determined to remain in the presidential race and will resume campaigning next week. That's according to a top aide earlier today, even as allies have begun seeing his exit from the race as an inevitability. Joe Biden is more committed than ever to beat Donald Trump. And we believe on this campaign, we are built for the close election that we're in, and we see the path forward. That's coming from Jennifer O'Malley Dillon, Biden's campaign chairwoman, speaking to MSNBC earlier today. But even as the longtime aide insisted there was no chance for President Biden planning to drop out, NBC News reported that the president's family members had discussed what a possible exit plan would look like. The report underscored the extent to which the unprecedented pressure campaign from party elders and donors has rattled President Biden's reelection effort, drawing in even his fiercely protective family. Axios is reporting today that the Biden campaign is admitting some slippage. Slippage, that's what they're calling it now, slippage. Biden campaign admits slippage, but says he will absolutely remain in the race. Biden's campaign doubled down in saying that they will remain in the 2024 presidential race, but acknowledged that there's been a tough several weeks here, marked by some slippage, as I said, in support set off by his disastrous debate performance last month. Jen O'Malley Dillon, which I quoted earlier, said that the Bidens are absolutely remaining in the race, adding that he is the best person to take on Donald Trump. Now, she went on to say in this Axios article, the American people know the president is older. They see that. They knew that before the debate, she said. Yes, of course, we have a lot of work to do to make sure we're reassuring the American people that, yes, he's old and he can do the job, and he can. She said that the slippage in support has been a small movement, just a small movement, folks. Do you think that this is mere slippage? Everything that's been happening to Joe Biden, especially within the past 3 weeks since the debate, to me, it's more than just slippage. Slippage is you mess up a word time or two. This is not slippage that we're witnessing here. Now, of course, Miss O'Malley Dillon has to say those things because she represents the Biden campaign. They're not going to come out and say that he's dropping out. But at the same time, she admitted he's old. I don't understand a campaign chairwoman coming out and calling your candidate old and just reinforcing the narrative out there that's going to push him out unless they're back channeling that information. Now, the one of the editors of Axios was on Fox and Friends early this morning, and he had some words to say about President Biden and his potential to drop out of the race, making it clear that the 24th Amendment is probably not an option at this point, that Joe Biden has to make the decision to drop out. Let's watch.
So, Mike, is this about low ratings, or is this about a president that is failing physically? Is their key. If he was 61 instead of 81, would they still be looking to oust him because of his poll ratings?
He doesn't look like a winner to people who have the juice in the party. And that's the bottom line, is that they think it hurts the party, it hurts them, it hurts their control of both ends of Pennsylvania.
And Lester Holt interview you thought was just hideous, and that was convinced a lot of people.
I mean, what hasn't gotten a lot of attention is in the 22 days, I believe it is, since the debate, the president's done about 5-ish spontaneous interactions, and a lot of the Democrats who are making the case that they need a stronger nominee, they'll say if he could do town halls in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, he would be doing it.
So there's no talk about the 25th Amendment. This is just getting someone else on the ballot, but he would fulfill his entire term.
Yeah, I've heard no talk of otherwise. And that reality check where we started, he will have to decide this. This cannot be taken from him.
Yeah.
He has the delegates, and that's why the White House and the campaign both say in their statements he is the nominee, which today is true.
And Axios done a great job, and it all could come crashing down officially on as early as Sunday, right?
That's right.
So be watching the next 24 to 48 hours for something to happen within that realm. It could very well be that he remains in the race, but the pressure is on right now on President Biden. His party has basically abandoned him in so many aspects. And so let's see what happens. You know, the politics are changing every single day as we move forward in election 2024. I want to give you an update on the murder plot to kill President Donald Trump this past Saturday. And I shared some information yesterday that wasn't seen on many mainstream outlets. There were 4 separate sniper positions, 2 Secret Service and 2 local, that were monitoring the Trump rally. And there's only a handful of outlets that are reporting that. Senator Josh Hawley, though, today has gathered some whistleblowers that say most of the Trump rally security were not even Secret Service. Yes, you read that right, folks. Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri wrote on X on Friday that whistleblowers tell me that most of Trump's security detail working the event last Saturday were not even Secret Service. They were members of the Department of Homeland Security that were assigned, unprepared, and inexperienced. Now, it goes on to say in this message on Twitter for currently X, DHS assigned unprepared and inexperienced personnel. He added, posting a letter he sent today to U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Alexander Mayorkas. Whistleblowers who have direct knowledge of the event have approached my office, that's Senator Hawley's office. According to the allegations, the July 13th rally was considered to be what they call a loose security event. For example, detection canines were not used to monitor entry and detect threats in the usual manner. Individuals without proper designations were able to gain access to backstage areas. Department personnel did not appropriately police the security buffer around the podium and were also not stationed at regular intervals around the event's security perimeter. In addition, whistleblower allegations suggest...
Pause that. You know what? If you look at it, I mean, it was a total security meltdown, total security failure. I mean, again, this is why he had been asking for actually different Secret Service personnel than what was covering him. Because, I mean, he's a former president. He knows what real Secret Service security looks like, and I don't think that he saw that he was getting that. He definitely got it at the RNC convention. He walked in there with guys who looked like they was ready to take on Hulk Hogan. You know, he didn't have no 5'2" soccer moms who looked like they had too many Haagen-Dazs. Talking about securing him. He said, where was the drone coverage of the crowd, grounds, and perimeter? Well, according to them, the Secret Service doesn't have drones, which I think is a complete and total lie. Oh, what's going on, Andre?
What are you doing? You know what I came across, Bay?
What's that?
That supposedly the shooter had a drone up in the air prior to the event.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. It was like, and based on what this whistleblower is saying, it's like if the kid didn't take him out, then maybe, hopefully, somebody on the ground, some liberal wackadoo, would be able to get a shot. And think about it. Everything that went down, like before and during the shooting, especially after, you had people that were like literally around the stage, very close. When Obama was running for president, we went to go see him. Me and a friend, well, a friend of mine, me and a friend, a then friend of mine. They didn't let you get that close to him. You couldn't get within 50 feet of that stage. Are you kidding me? Am I making sense here?
Mm-hmm.
Too close, too insecure. I'm trying to say too insecure, but that has to do with personality. But the grounds were just not secure. Just not secure. Did you want to say something, Andre, while you were here? Hello.
Oh, my apologies. I'm
Is
listening.
this thing on?
Yeah, I've been catching up on two sides. I've been trying to see where the conversation is going, and yeah, I'm actually surprised to hear that they said that. Like, I was almost caught up. I was like a minute behind. They were saying
Your mic
that,
is low, Andre.
Yeah, my mic is shit. So my apologies on that. But
let me see if I can. Go ahead. I'm gonna see how I can bring your volume up.
Yeah, in like the last minute, they were saying that well, that dude that was speaking was saying that those weren't actual Secret Service agents that were protecting him. So who the fuck were they then?
Failures. He was surrounded by failures and incompetence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you saw the girl. When the shooting started, she was ducking for cover. She was literally ducking for cover.
I don't know if you can see my avatar, but this is what she was doing.
Yep, that's it. Here, let me blow it up for y'all. That's exactly what she was doing. She was ducking for cover. This is the same woman that couldn't even holster her gun properly. The incompetence of the whole situation almost got that man killed, and it completely and totally looks like a setup. It's just a matter of now well, we clearly know that the head of the Secret Service was in on it, because there's no way in hell you make that type of statement about a sloped roof and act so calm and callous about the situation when you almost got a former president, a political candidate right now, almost killed.
Yep. What I find interesting about this whole scenario is that I did see the video where the one dude was saying that he seen like dude climbing up on the roof. Well, then I'm hearing a lot more added to the story that apparently like cops climbed up too, but you know, like he must have pulled out on the cop and the cop went back down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like Charles was saying that like apparently this dude was walking around with a rangefinder. I never heard of that, but yeah, that definitely sounds like something that you would want to look out for.
Yeah, it was a total failure, and it looked like a complete setup. Because think about it, when you saw before the guy even fired the shot, when Trump was speaking, the Secret Service snipers that were behind him were pointing right at him. They were looking right at him. Had their sniper rifle pointed right at him. And you let him squeeze off what, 5, 6, 7 shots before you took him down?
Yeah, like the amount of shots too. That's interesting, because at first they were saying it was 3, and then now I'm hearing it was 8 shots. So I'm just like, how many shots did he get? Like, how did he even manage to get off that many shots? Like that's crazy.
What's going on? Charles is here. Y'all want to get Charles a woo? Woo!
Woo!
Woohoo! Do I have a woo? Yeah, psych. It's just, oh my God. And let's be honest, they're very, very upset that they failed. You can see it in her face. You can see it in her body language.
Mm-hmm.
That she's upset that they failed. She failed the mission. And for all we know, it might cost her life. Which I'm not even, hey, you put yourself in that position.
The head of the Secret Service deserves to be fired, but somebody was saying that apparently she said that she's not going to resign after this. Well, even if she doesn't want to resign, she needs to go.
That's fine. She doesn't have to resign. Woo! Charlie Brown, yeah.
I'm gonna say this real quick. That whole situation was a tactical show.
You're breaking up, sir.
I was saying that whole situation was a tactical shit show. Number one, when President Obama came to Baltimore, we would detail there's a certain distance every manhole cover, anything that could be a point of advantage was taken over either by local PD or the Secret Service. That was a failure on both Secret Service and that police department. Plain and simple. You should have had another sniper team in position where he was, so you can have what's called intersecting fire.
But then how would they be able to take him out?
Well, when you got people fucking up, I mean, what else do you expect?
I mean, it was
that's uncalled for. Have a former head of state, a former president. You haven't had an attack on a president like this since Reagan. 40 years, damn near 40 years ago.
But it was a slightly sloped roof.
Doesn't matter.
Hold on.
What you were doing today
This
on the
was
call.
an assassination attempt. You owe the people answers. You owe President Trump answers.
Roger, take a left across this plaza.
Don't run now. You wasn't running when you was trying to get the man killed.
Well,
that's like we're looking like a joke. No, I'm sorry, we've been looking like a joke. Now we just confirmed.
Yep. Sadly.
There's no, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this not cyber attack was because of that, because America looks so weak. It looks so weak and unstable. We really look like, and by we I mean the country, because you know it looks so, the country just looks so vulnerable. It seems so open to attack. Your president, his train of thought trails off like this in the middle of a sentence. He doesn't know which way to face. He's pooping his pants. He's having old man shouting attacks. You know, he just seems so discombobulated. Now you're saying that he has COVID because you can't have him out in the public right now. I mean, come on, let's tell the truth. Does he really have COVID?
Well, like saying that he has COVID, like, because even if you look at like when they had their debate, they were saying he was sick. So like, now they're saying it's COVID, or he got the COVID after he had whatever sickness he had at that time.
Yeah, okay.
Who knows?
Okay. And
like,
the dog ate my homework. The dog ate my homework.
Hey, Lewis, I'm about to drop off.
All right, man.
There's nothing to say. We got a Bible. There's nothing.
Go ahead. You're breaking up, sir.
That basically, you have no viable competition for Trump. You might as well say, here's the seat of the presidency. And just be done with it. It's a matter of formality now. Sorry, nigga.
I mean, you can throw Kobe Lee say whatever they say is cap. Yeah. I mean, you can throw little girl up there, old giggle puss. Ain't nobody gonna vote for her, but you know, the rat community. All right, would you vote for Kamala?
No.
I think I'm about to say you're muted.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that'll vote for Kamala except for the people who think she black.
I'm like, Do I look like a black woman who needs confirmation from a woman never been black?
Well, she has hot sauce in a pocketbook.
Yeah, so does every other Democratic.
She smoked weed while listening to Tupac.
And she wear Converse Chuck Taylors.
She like black penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ask Willie. I mean, come on.
The BBC?
There's a reason why they call the man Willie. Free Willie.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party right now looks like a complete and total joke. Looks like a complete and total joke. And you know who I think will probably come up behind Trump? As much as they probably don't want that to happen.
Who's that?
Vivek.
Mm-hmm. You know, and that's his VP pick, right?
No. He
JD
picked
Vance is
he picked JD Vance.
Is Trump pick from Ohio.
He should have picked Vivek. He should have picked the Indian guy. Just in case something happens to him. I know that a lot of the conservatives, they probably wouldn't really like that. But he is the perfect yes man. Plus he's young. And he would have experience as vice president. And if he ran for president again after Trump, can Trump run again? Can he pull a double-double?
No. This
Okay.
is his last term.
So
if he get elected, he's automatically lame duck.
That's his two. That'll be his two. So he could have easily promoted Vivek, like, hey, look, Vivek is a good guy. I understand, but we are a nation, we are a melting pot. And he is a good dog. He says everything I say. He agrees with everything that I put out. So why don't you give the guy a chance? Trust me, I've been to his house. His wife makes good curry goat, good butter chicken. You got to try it. You know what I'm saying?
But Bay, here's the thing though. Well, we don't got to speculate. It's like a 99% chance, unless he utterly fucks up, he's going to get elected. And I was saying this in AB stream when he was doing the political stream, when Passport OG and everybody was up there. Trump really doesn't have to do that much to be considered successful. All he has to do is broker a resolution between Ukraine and Russia and the situation over there in the Middle East. And his main focus, if he could tackle this inflation and how prices go down, that it is somewhat tolerable, where people don't have to make a choice between paying the light bill or rent, and people could afford to put gas in their cars, or actually people could afford to buy a used car, and food is affordable. Trump gonna go down as a success. And as BGS said, and I wholeheartedly agree, if it wasn't for fucking COVID, this would have been Trump's second term right now.
I promise right now, if Trump was still in office, we wouldn't have been in the fuck show called Ukraine. We wouldn't have had this inflation issue. You would actually start doing a little bit of something that we used to do called innovating. You probably would have had some money instead of giving $2 billion to Ukraine. 20 billion, I'm sorry. But you give them Ukraine, but you tell Americans, hey, we ain't got no money.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And like I was saying this morning, it's like the American public is constantly being fucking gaslit for the past 4 years, especially now with the past 2. And really, you know who Charles should thank his Lucky Charms for? Greg Abbott. Because when Greg Abbott and the governor of Arizona sent all those fucking immigrants up north on the East Coast, and gave all these libtards a hardcore reality of what they were dealing with. And the people, the residents, Chicago, New York, they're seeing all the illegal immigrants getting all these resources, getting room and board, fucking cards with thousands of dollars on it. Where I see where I work at, they got EBT cards with hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And where I knew that Trump was a likely going to win, when I had my elderly customers talk about complaining about the price of food, and they're bringing up Ukraine. Like, you got money for Ukraine, but I'm struggling to buy food. This food is expensive as hell. The American public is fucking being gaslit. And the Democratic Party did to themselves. And they thought, and they actually thought, especially like people in Chicago and New York, they want to fucking lay down and fucking take it when they seeing all this shit. Everybody is feeling pain. And you can't even call them a newcomer because they're not here legally. And they're getting all this stuff like a head start. They're getting a fucking cushion. But yet I'm struggling. I'm working 2-3 jobs, if that, and I can't buy food for my family.
What the Biden administration has done, that other president has really done, has confirmed all stereotypes, the controversy, and all the rumors of why you can't trust the government.
Yeah.
And one fell swoop. What the fuck do we have to deal with Ukraine? Nobody gives a fuck about Ukraine's freedom when you're in bondage for fucking buying cereal. See how that works?
My situation, the way I see it, even during COVID, we were still a strong nation. People knew not to mess with us. But ever since Biden came in, you've got George Soros politicians and DAs or whatnot across the country. You've got Blackrock undermining corporations, trying to push homosexuality and DEI on everybody. It looks very intentional. Matter of fact, it is very intentional as far as all of the chaos that's going on in this country. You got all these illegals in here. You've got terrorist groups that are mixed in with them, coming from Iran, Russia. Who else hates us? China. They're here. They're here. Their weaponry is here. They caught what? It was earlier this year. They caught what? 5 Chinese hackers in New York. They also called another 5 Chinese nationals they got caught. They weren't even sneaking over the border. They were caught at the border, stripped down to their underwear, huddled together. Who do you think did that to them? Why would they even be in that situation? I mean, think about it. You guys are military guys. How did 5 male Chinese nationals wind up getting found at the Mexican-U.S. border, huddled together in the middle of the night in just their white boxers? How did that happen? Bueller?
They were snuck in. It's an invasion.
Charlie Brown's you? Is this thing on?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I
said it's an invasion.
Right.
Military
Charles, how does he think they got in that situation? He must be busy. I'll put it to you. It comes across like whoever their contact was that was supposed to snuck them across the border, double-crossed them. More than likely a Mexican, more than likely a cartel. They double-crossed them. That's what that comes across like. Because why else didn't they make it across the border? How else did you get found like that, stripped naked in the middle of the night at the border, found by U.S. Border Patrol? You could have easily just came right in on your passport. Say Chinese police have black sites in cities to get their spies that go off the reservation. Sounds like about right. That's why you had people in Michigan tripping about the battery factory that they opened up there. Like, wait a minute. Why does China have a battery factory here in Michigan? Why do they need one here in Michigan? What type of batteries? Are these car batteries for electric cars? Or are these like Duracells? What's going on? You say these Russians own all of these small trucking outfits in the U.S. now. Yeah, but Lewis was talking about that. What was it, early this morning or yesterday morning?
Yesterday
morning, yeah. How they got all these, they know all these trucking routes. They're all in the trucking industry. Like the Italians are in the construction business.
And if you want to recon an area, the best way is to be high up on the ground in a truck, reconning the landscape,
mapping it out.
Yep. And where I'm at in the tri-state area, you have a ton of Chinese bus drivers that are operating on the highways, and you got Eastern Europeans that are truck drivers.
Where's the goddamn electric car?
And I'm not being conspiratorial. Like, I mean, here in the Northeast, having a CDL is a great way to make a good amount of income, but it's kind of suspicious. I mean, I know plenty of brothers that have a problem. They got their CDL, but up here, you need your TWIC card to get into the ports, but yet you will have a lot of Russians and Chinese that could get it just like this with no problem.
Yeah. I'm okay. Andre, he said, I've been saying for a long time the Asians, Indians, and Italians, etc., all have a monopoly on trades, when really those should be black jobs. If anybody should have a monopoly on some trades, it should be black people. Black men should have a monopoly on trucking, plumbing, and electrical. Yeah, electrical, and black women should have a monopoly on the beauty industry here in America.
And back in the day, I remember coming up, you had a ton of black female nurses.
Yeah,
that was a very prosperous field to get into the middle class.
Now
I knew plenty of black. I'm talking about registered nurses.
Yeah, now what?
And now all you see is Nigerians and Filipinos.
Yeah,
and old white women. No, you have a sprinkle of ADOS women here and there, but
hell, most of them
where
work
I'm
in
at,
administration.
the Filipinos got that on lockdown.
When I take my father to the VA, it's black men and black women that work behind the desk doing the check-ins. And a lot of the doctors are, of course, they're either white, Asian, or Indian. And the nurses are Jamaican, Caribbean, or Asian, or of Asian descent. Like majority, like you said, Filipino, majority Filipino, but definitely of Asian descent. That's the majority of them. It's just, oh my God. You would think that we would have that. And as Resurrect Men's, he said, additionally, the Chinese own lots of farmland here. Yeah, because the U.S. owes them trillions of dollars in debt. So they're trading off the land.
And we allowed the Chinese to buy up a lot of our food manufacturing. Like China, I think it was like 10 years ago or whatever. They bought Smithfield, and they're buying up a lot of industrial farms.
Look at this. Say the Chinese and Japanese buy a lot of property here to the point where they had to pass a law to tax them extra to stop them from buying property and leaving it vacant. When you look at San Francisco before it became a hellhole now that it is now, I mean, you see what happening with Jen Tao. All right, she's under FBI investigation along with a sanitation company, but the Asians have owned San Francisco, quote unquote, for what, the past 2 decades?
Yeah, because and they have a nice large Chinatown over there.
Yeah, they've taken over San Francisco. All of the areas that are not theirs have been run into the ground. I mean, it's purposeful. And by the way, a lot of the buildings, as far as office space and homes and whatnot, that are there are owned by BlackRock.
Alert! Helpless incompetent asshole in vicinity.
Owned by BlackRock. As they let crime fester and drive out all of those corporations out of the buildings, out of the tenancy, therefore now the
property value lowers.
Yeah, lowers. So you can easily get somebody in there, like once they decide to go back and roll back all the crime laws and clean everything up.
Yeah, that was the argument I was making some time back when me and you was on when we always conversed on the phone. When we were talking about the George Floyd riots, you put out BlackRock and all these people, they fund these liberals to put out this propaganda, and then when an unfortunate situation like George Floyd happened, and I'm not going to make an argument for or against what happened, but the fact is that that situation happened, and you've been gaslighting all these people. And then when the situation happens, is at the boiling point, and then when you have all this violence and shit explode, and we have our temper tantrums and we tear shit up, and now you bring the property value down, you turn your neighborhood into an economic desert, food desert, everything, because you tear everything up, and you have like the mom and pop shops there that been there for generations. They're like, fuck it, I'm leaving. And now all you have is these corporations with their businesses, if they decide to come back, because they're going to get their money back on insurance when shit get fucked up. And then when you have these situations, the insurance companies, they'll charge these companies high insurance because you in the hood, because something might happen when an unfortunate incident pop off. And now the property value's down, crime is high, and then all you need is probably one of these politicians that's paid off and funded by them. Like, I'm going to go on the thing, I'm tough on crime, and then you gentrify the shit out the area. You kick the working poor black people out because they can't afford to live there, and they redevelop the area, and the prices just go sky high, and these people make profits hand over fist.
Yeah, before you know it, it's just like when I was in Ohio, the ghetto of Columbus, like the official ghetto, was between 18th Street and Allen Creek. All right, that was the southeast side coming out of downtown. That was the official black ghetto of Columbus, Ohio. Before I left, they had already redid the sidewalks. They built a new library. Okay. Children's.
Wait, did they have the white man with the orange vest with the tripod?
Yeah,
surveying the land.
Yep, you had the surveyor, and then you had children, because 18th Street was where Children's Hospital started. Okay, which is a big property. Children's Hospital was buying up properties in the ghetto, in the black ghetto. All right, they were the ones who Children's Hospital was the ones that redid the sidewalk. They're the ones that built the new library. Do you understand? They were buying up homes. They were refurbishing homes, and you notice other white people or white corporations, they were buying houses in that area, $35,000, $40,000 homes that they were refurbishing. And we all know when they start doing that, when they start rebuilding up the property, the property taxes go up. All right, the property taxes go up. So now you're priced out of your home. The landlords over there, suddenly the people who lived over there, they were talking about how they were getting letters from the landlords talking about rent increase.
And now what they're doing too, people no longer taking Section 8. They're telling you, you're no longer welcomed here.
You're no longer welcome. Get the hell out. And it's not just in Atlanta. You got it was in a story in Arizona where they had the We Buy Houses. Yeah, the We Buy Houses cash. Them signs, them little 4x6 signs. We pay cash for houses and all that. Yeah. She was saying how they were with a sheriff's deputy, and she was saying how she does at least she serves at least 3 evictions a day. She said because she was saying that after COVID, everybody was expecting a run on evictions because the rent moratorium was lifted. She was like, no, like I wasn't even busy like that. She was like, now I'm on average 3 evictions a day. Monday through Friday. She changing locks on people right then and there. It's crazy. And it don't matter. Young, old. Let me see if I can find a story. I'm sorry. Hold on. It's crazy. I mean, they do not care. Young, old, whatever. If you ain't got the money, you ain't got the money. These people are not playing with you. Hold on. Yeah, I've been kind of busy today. Come on. Oh, y'all hear the 2 judges? They had recused one judge, the brother from the YSL trial, and then they put another woman on it, and she recused herself because of her bailiff. So now they don't know who they're going to get to continue with the trial. You know how crazy that is? Fellas?
Yeah, I'm listening.
That is wild. Hold on, let me see here. Wait, might be on
Free Young Thug. Bye, Fanny.
Oh, that's right. Y'all can see me looking at this. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. All right, let me bring this up.
We're in the midst of an affordable housing crisis. And as rents increase nationally, so do the number of eviction notices. According to the website Zillow, rents have jumped more than 30% from pre-pandemic prices. In tonight's Eye on America, CBS's Chris Van Cleve reports from one of the hardest hit counties, Maricopa County, Arizona, where a tsunami of evictions is leaving people homeless.
When Mahogany Kennedy knocks at a door in Phoenix,
Constable! Does the person understand that they're getting evicted?
It usually means someone is about to become homeless.
Grab your bag. We're going to change the locks.
She's one of 26 Maricopa County constables. It's her job to serve eviction notices.
Eviction numbers have truly gone up over the past few months.
So pretty much every day you're evicting people?
Every day I'm evicting, 5 days a week.
On this day, she'll attempt to serve 3 evictions.
She's gone.
Including at this apartment.
Well, this is a 3-bedroom apartment.
Which used to be home to 7 people.
You can use my phone.
Heaven Glasgow was the last to leave.
Just trying to get it together. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's a lot.
It is, and everything is just so expensive right now, which is crazy.
Eviction filings in the Phoenix area are surging to record highs.
You know, I was just like, not today. Not today, please.
I'm trying to figure out how many of those 7 were children.
Yeah.
How many of you think were children? I mean, if you look at her body, look at her tummy. That's the stomach of a girl who hasn't had a baby. You know, you don't see no tiger stripes or nothing. It's still flat and taunt, you know, whatever. But so it's like, how many of them, you know, who had the children? How many adults were in there that probably couldn't come up with $2,000 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment?
Well,
this judgment.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I mean, I know people that deal with this shit here, that are homeowners and everything, and it's the mentality, unfortunately, in our community where the people of that class level is always trying to get over. And, you know, and when they gave out all that money and did that moratorium during COVID, it made a lot of people fucking like even more lazier, where, oh, the government's going to take care of me or this or that. So it's like, because of COVID, it's like the people that worked because of this, it forced them to hustle even more. And the people without a work ethic, it caused them to be even lazier because they have even bigger anchor. I mean, a bigger, what's the word? Security blanket for them.
I look at it like this. Let's say, okay, 7 people. Let's say it's 3 adults. Okay, 3 adults. You got her and maybe her mama and her grandmother, and then you got some kids. All right, let's say 3 adults. Out of 3 adults, you couldn't come up with $700 each. Really, $800 to $900, really $1,000 each when you look at food, utilities, etc. But rent is most important. So you got.
I gotta buy my malt liquor and my weed and my Newport cigarettes
and my Yaki.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and your nails and your lashes, and all that stuff. So this is what I was talking about when I was saying how when you have rampant crime, the way that you have it, where you have these young black males and females, when they go in, they do the flash mobbing, or they're allowed to steal because now it's a crime. It's practically a crime by corporations for you to stop a criminal from stealing. Like, they'll fire you for trying to recover their property. And what happens is, if you let them walk out, and I want y'all to understand the lather, rinse, repeat, and how a business closes. All right. So you tell the manager, don't stop the thief. Tell your employees, don't stop the person. Let them steal. Just mark it down as lost inventory. The corporate. So you do that, but you do that so much, you lose so much inventory that you, as a manager, because you can't have inventory control, you get fired. As a manager, you get fired. So now you go through a rotation of managers to the point where you can't even keep a manager. This is why there are stories out here where it's just one person working at a Dollar General, one of these dollar stores, or working at a McDonald's or something like that, because they can't keep anybody because the turnover rate is so high. It don't be worth it, especially dealing with people who wear the same uniform as this girl who can't control themselves. They have temper tantrums because of chicken or a cookie or a biscuit. So they pull out guns and threaten and shoot you and whatnot. I mean, that's how bad it is dealing with the public. So you can't keep anybody. And because you have so much loss in inventory, and the corporations, they report so much, and like they say, insurance doesn't cover everything. And your insurance, and every time you file a claim, believe it or not, your insurance rates go up. So now insurance is sky high. So a corporation Well, look at it.
It's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Right.
Where
go ahead.
It's like the price you pay for doing business in the fucking hood.
It's not worth the cost.
Like, I could attest to this, where you want to be, when you got a business, for the most part, you want to be a good citizen. So you hire people from the area, your desired trade area. But the problem is you have a lot of people that don't have, one, a work history, or if they do, they constantly quitting or getting fired because they don't got a good work ethic. And also the problem is when you're doing business in these areas where it's low income, like you said, these people, they have these temper tantrums because they got low emotional intelligence, low IQ, let's be for real. They impoverished. They have a propensity for violence. And one of the problems where I work at, and I mentor people, I try to put in their head, and this is something that was eye-opening. Like, brother, you gotta differentiate. When you're in these four walls, this is not the hood. You in here, and you representing us. But what a couple of them tell me is, unfortunately, I can't, because if I'm perceived as a punk here, when I'm on the streets, they're gonna go after me even more on the streets. So you're between a rock and a hard place because of the culture.
Yeah. Remember Dave Chappelle did that whole Calvin's got a job skit? And after a couple weeks, Calvin was getting punked by the guys on the stoop. Wife was cheating on him and stuff. I mean, you don't get any respect. But getting back to, I'm sorry, did you want to finish your point?
Oh yeah. And where motherfuckers be tearing shit up, and now what I'm seeing, where I'm at, you got the McDonald's and the Popeyes. 18 months ago, you would have to wait in line. Like, where I work at is a McDonald's right down there. And when I decide to engage in some fake food, fake meat, and I go there, sometimes when I go there, I'm waiting in line, and when I get my food, my lunch break is probably over, or only have a small amount of time to consume the food. Now, because the food is so fucking expensive, you could just walk in and get what you want and leave. No, I'm dead serious. Like, McDonald's is like the cheapest food. And well, it was, because it's expensive as hell now.
Wait, the counter has spider webs on it, tumbleweeds flowing through the lobby.
You get, and even the crackheads that be outside begging for money, it's nobody there to beg for money, so they no longer there.
Yeah, the thing is, what happens is those businesses, those businesses close down. They completely shut down because it's too expensive to operate. You know, you're operating at a loss, not in both inventory and insurance. Okay, if it's not the local denizens that's stealing from you, it's the employees. All right.
Many videos you played, Bay, where you got one of these ratchets that would tear up the fucking establishment because they didn't get an extra sweet and sour sauce with a package, or they fries was fucking cold.
Too many.
And they just tear shit up.
I mean, look at the girl that got murdered over some church's chicken by a 40-something-year-old who should have been in jail for stabbing a pregnant woman who had to have an emergency C-section to have the baby.
What state was this in, Bay?
I'm not sure, but I know it's a backwater town.
I haven't seen a church's chicken in 20 fucking years.
Oh, we got them here in Atlanta.
I mean,
I just had it Sunday. I ordered it takeout.
Because Church's Chicken is the worst fucking. I mean, that was the bottom of the totem pole. You had Roy Rogers, Popeyes, and KFC was like this, and then Church's because the Arab-owned chicken shacks got better chicken than Church's Chicken.
Shit, we got Arabs that own Church's Chicken out here. But I you know what? When I want something quick and greasy, even though I know it's I put it to you like this: it's like my comfort food. It's really the only fast food I'll eat, you know. But at any rate, let me get back to my point. I'm sorry, we having fun with this. But what happens is those stores shut down. Those stores normally employ women over the age of 40 and guys usually over the age of 40, you know, with a criminal record. He in the back, he's the stockroom guy, you know. He clean the bathrooms, putting the chicken in the fryer. Well, yeah, you gotta, you know, they empty the truck.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, they do. Let's say they work at these dollar stores. They you know, they clear the truck. You know, they do the truck. They help put up the inventory and everything. They help keep the store clean, whatnot.
They bale the cardboard, stack up the totes, and all that shit.
Exactly. They do the man jobs.
Keisha as the face of your customer service.
Right, working on the register or whatnot. You normally got, you know, some, you know, the lunch lady arms women working either working the register or they're the manager, along with a bunch of women over the age of 40.
And they got splits in their fucking ear because the earrings were too heavy or they got ripped out
from fighting
earlobes.
Fighting in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah, they tattoos in the most inappropriate areas. Yeah.
But my point is that these women, they lose their jobs. And sometimes they have these jobs to supplement their income. You know, just like a Walmart greeter. These people aren't, you know, they $14, $15 an hour at Walmart. That doesn't pay nothing. Matter of fact, the last job I had, you know, I used to, whenever they would give me stress, I said, yo, you know, this shit is not worth the headache. You only paying me $15 an hour with no health insurance, and y'all stressing me out over some bullshit. Like, why am I here? And then it got to the point where I really did say, fuck it, I quit. Because I'm like, I don't need to be around people and get out of the house this bad to where I got to put up with psychological dumb nigga shit, abuse. I know I promise not on here. But I don't have to put up with this Harry high school garbage mentality from ghetto black people. I don't have to put up with this. I'm above this. I'm in my 50s. Why am I going through this with people who are around my age, who haven't grown up psychologically? But my point is,
that's the word right there. You're in a fucking environment where a large part of your fucking population is at a stage of arrested development.
It was Jermaine's fault. But my point is that these people, they're on Social Security or some type of public assistance. They can, especially if you're on welfare, you can only work 20 hours a week. You can only work a part-time job. If you work more than that, they take money out your check. I mean, you're totally screwed over. You're like, what you mean I can't go on break? You just got here 20 minutes ago. Well, I need a cigarette.
Or look, they go on a break or they lunch, then they come back. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh my God. Yeah, every day, everywhere except in the first hour, except where they supposed to be. But at any rate, these people, they lose these jobs. These places shut down. Either they shut down or they get fired. And then the bills stack up. And then eventually you're in this situation right here. You're in this situation right here where you're crying in front of a newscaster who's faking like he gives a damn. I don't know what I'm going to do.
This right here, you know what this is? This is the new Maury Povich.
In all honesty, her tears and whatnot, all of this act that she comes on with in front of him, is dear white zaddy, come save me. Don't you think I'm cute enough to spend the night at your house? Can I just stay for a couple days? You know, looking at him like she'll do anything if she can just lay her head down somewhere warm and safe and comfortable. She got that whole look. She low-key dry begging. I mean, I know what we're talking. I know we're talking about the eviction thing, but if you watch her behavior with him, she's low-key dry begging. Pete.
Killings in the Phoenix area are surging to record highs.
You know, I was just like, not today. Not today, please.
Showing off her body. Look. Showing off her body to him and everything, but he looking dead in her eye. He ain't looking at the body.
No emotion.
This judgment does say that you need to move out by the 26th.
In her South Phoenix courtroom, Judge Anna Huberman hears his...
What'd you say? No emotion?
Yeah.
What's going on, John? Can't get mad that the immigrants are taking these jobs. They didn't act like they wanted them in the first place. Shit, they not even taking the jobs. They get money from the state. These immigrants now, they are now getting free housing. They get at least about what, $4,000 to $7,000 a month on these debit cards with $300-400 in food stamps.
as many as 500 eviction cases a month, more than when the pandemic-era eviction moratorium is 500.
Move out by the 26th.
In her South Phoenix courtroom, Judge Anna Huberman hears as many as 500 eviction cases a month, more than when the pandemic-era eviction moratorium ended 3 years ago.
There was a belief that there would be a large number of filings, that the evictions would go up, and they did not go up. There wasn't a tsunami.
Do you think you're getting that tsunami of evictions now?
That's what it appears to be, yes.
Since March of last year, Maricopa County has led the nation in eviction filings. The numbers are up 21% here compared to pre-pandemic, topping 83,000 filings. Nationally, about 3.6 million evictions are filed annually, but what's changing is where they're happening.
At least 14 cities have seen double-digit increases from 2019. Most are in the Sun Belt, where populations are growing and rents are rising.
Wait, let's go back to this map. So glad I don't live in this shithole anymore, Columbus, Ohio.
Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Yeah.
What happened there 2 years ago?
That's the George Floyd spot.
Look, Austin, Texas. What's up with Austin, Texas? That's where all your technology hubs went, because they did the mass exodus from fucking California, and when that happened, property value went up, and also in Austin, you got the University of Texas, so that's your new yuppie crowd. That's your yuppie crowd. So, like for example, last week, and I'm going somewhere here with this. I'm at the mall. It's a major establishment, you know, a mid-tier mall, you know. I don't see my people there. All I see is white, Asian, and Indian, and Spanish. The only black people there, if a few, they're the custodians of the mall and security. So people cannot afford right now to shop there. And the people that's there, they got the money. Fort Worth, Texas, same thing. You have Miami. Look, South Beach. Enough said. We all know about South Beach.
I know what's going on here. This
Tampa
is
and Gainesville. I don't know that. I don't know how much with the economic development, but DeSantis has been bringing businesses there into the state of Florida.
You know what this is. Hold on. You know what this is. As far as Jacksonville, Gainesville, Tampa Bay, and Miami.
Tampa, that's the Buccaneers. Miami that's the club. That's the club resort. Everybody go down there for vacation. Gainesville, that's the University of Florida. Jacksonville, that's the Jaguars. Hartford and Bridgeport, Connecticut.
It's parents and children.
Sorry.
Your Hartford and Bridgeport, Connecticut, that's your suburbs to New York City, and it's on the borderline to the New England and New York City. That's where a lot of rich people they commute to New York City.
You know what this is down here in Florida. These are people who have mainly been retired or they work in these minimum wage jobs and they can no longer afford to live there, just like with Houston.
Your transplants from the tri-state area. You're right.
Yeah,
Your
just
retirees.
Just like Houston. Houston, there's a chocolate city. Chocolate city. They can't afford to live there anymore.
Well, guess what? That's becoming huge with Indians and Chinese.
Nashville,
Tennessee, a lot of tech industries and a lot of manufacturing move to the state of Tennessee.
They're priced out because of rent and rising property taxes. Memphis because of crime.
I was about to say that Memphis, everybody got, like, when you have high crime, that's what you do. You gentrify the shit out the fucking area.
Exactly. Columbus, Ohio, same thing. They are gentrifying the shit out of Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, when I left, was over 60% white. Do you understand? Remember I was saying that southeast side?
Yeah.
That's where the majority of the poor blacks live. They were getting pushed out before I left in 2019? They were getting pushed out in 2017. 2016, 17, they were getting pushed out. They redid the freeway system out there too, right over in that area. So the property taxes heading up that way in the black area, particularly in that black area,
and that's JD Vance's state.
Not his problem.
Well, look, wait. But if Trump wins, it's going to be a high chance you're going to have a lot of companies go there to the state of Ohio.
Well, Columbus, from last I saw, they were building it up. Last time we drove through there on our way to Cleveland, it looked good. They had already redid the airport. The road to the airport used to be a straight shot up and down to the main street. They wound up redoing it. It's all twisty, turny, and windy. They put up lights, like blue lights and bridges and everything. I mean, they did it up big. It looks like Dallas or Atlanta or something. Well, mainly Dallas. It looked like the Dallas airport. They did it up big. And you know that the money used to redo that freeway and the airport came out of the taxpayers. Came from the taxpayers. Hartford, Bridgeport, like you said,
that's the suburb to New York City.
They getting taxed out. Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, crime. Las Vegas,
that's your vacation area.
Yeah, and it's not even not even the tax base.
And also, you had, excuse me, you got the Raiders that moved there. You got the two-time defending WNBA Las Vegas Aces there, and Atlanta Athletics is going to be moving there.
You know who lives now in Las Vegas and in Phoenix? You know who moved there?
Who?
A lot of celebrities coming out of Hollywood and LA. A lot of rich people in LA and San Francisco and whatever is left of Oakland jump states. San Diego, they jump states. They're now in Arizona and in Las Vegas. They're in Nevada and Arizona. So their property taxes out here are going up. I mean, Las Vegas, I believe they don't have a sales tax, a national sales tax because of the casinos. You know, I mean, them gangsters, they was not going to pay no taxes on that shit. Come on. But you still got property taxes. So now that you got these rich people coming out of California, moving to these two states, your property taxes are going up.
And what they're doing in Vegas right now, they're moving out a lot of the homeless population there also.
Ooh-wee. Say they were all in Torrance, California. Yeah. Wow, all of this is interesting. I didn't know that tech companies went out to Tennessee as well. I'm learning a lot. Yeah, they went up to Nashville because of the property taxes. It's cheaper. Plus, Vegas has no decent water supply. Yeah, that is great. Yeah, I heard about that. They say it's best to drink bottled water out there. You say Oakland is done. You can't have an in and out in Oakland. Yeah, Keith Lee wouldn't even go in San Francisco or Oakland. He wouldn't even go there. Okay, let's finish with this. I'm sorry.
Are rising.
It's parents and children who are at the heart of the eviction crisis.
Dr. Carl Gershenson runs the eviction lab.
Parents and children. In other words, single mothers. Let's be honest, single mothers.
Lab at Princeton University, which tracks the issue in 34 cities.
So these families are just one unexpected expense away from eviction.
Schedule a time and come get whatever else that you need in the house.
Christopher Aranda lived with his girlfriend in this home for 7 years.
So this is what you need right now.
The lease was in her name when she lost her battle with cancer in January. After not working for months to care for her, Aranda says he couldn't come up with the $3,000 needed to stay. How are you feeling today?
A lot of memories. It is what it is. This man's crying real tears. Wait. Have you ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No.
But those that have,
and you know what, that situation right there, and this is a
wait, hold on, hold that thought. For those that have watched this show, tell me he don't look like Dennis Reynolds. Anyway, go ahead.
Where, and a lot of people, you're one unfortunate situation or disaster away from being homeless. His mother died.
No, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
His girlfriend died. And I wonder if she even had life insurance, because it doesn't sound like it.
And probably the medical bills was mounting up or something. I don't know the situation, but
yeah, and she's gone. And he can't do nothing. He can't do anything. You would think that, okay, like both of my parents, were government employees. I get caregiver pay for taking care of my father, all right, from the VA. So I get caregiver pay for him. I'm wondering if he was able to get it for her. Probably not, but I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people do not know that they can actually file for that. Even if you're not dealing with a government employee, there are special programs out there for taking care of people who are unable to work because of an illness. You just gotta look. You gotta fill out the paperwork. You gotta make them phone calls. And this is what I was talking about earlier about us as being over the age of 40 and not necessarily being computer literate. We don't use the internet properly. You got people that try to use it to make money, but if you just type stuff in, you can find ways to jobs where you can work from home, being a telecommunicator, handling customer service or whatnot. You can get caregiver pay. There are all types of jobs that you can do work from home. All you need is a computer and an internet connection. There's no excuse for you to not have a desktop or a laptop or a tablet at home that you can work from. I'm not saying that this guy screwed up his life. I mean, you can see he's going through a tough time, and you'll see that he's actually crying real tears. This guy's hurt. He'll probably find something. I mean, men are very resourceful. But the best way to avoid this as an adult, especially those of us who are over the age of 40, you got to get off your butt. You got to work that Google. You got to work that LinkedIn. You got to work that Indeed and find a way where you can work from home. Am I lying?
No, you're not. And here's the thing with men, there's no sympathy for you.
You got to pull it out the mud.
Yeah. All right, let me finish. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I got to start from scratch. That's
You see that? You
Got
see
the
that running
wedding
down the
ring?
street? No. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's gonna come right here. You're gonna see the tear roll down the cheek here, and it's gonna come out of this eye here.
I got to start from scratch. That's
See, this is the tear right here. That's a tear on his cheek, and then you got tears right here. He's serious. And you do not want to be a man over the age of 40 having to start over from fucking scratch. Who's gonna hire you? Big Bear? Walmart? Kroger? Family Dollar? You gonna work fast food? None of these places pay you enough for you to be able to survive. $15 an hour? Where you need at least $6,000 a month? Sometimes $8,000, depending on where you at, just to make rent. Even the ghetto. There's no such thing as a $450 garden apartment no more. $700 garden apartment anymore. Those don't exist unless you're going to be living with broken windows and Negroes outside at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. A true rat community. Good luck with that.
Starting over as Constable Kennedy heads to another door with another eviction order. For Eye in America, Chris Van Cleve, Phoenix.
That's wild, man. Yeah, this is why you read and research your ass off. It's the last place you want to be. The government is only going to do so much for you, if they do anything at all, because they have waiting lists. You think them people, remember the first people that got kicked out with the 7 people? I guarantee you that one of the people in there was on some type of government assistance.
Yeah.
Or you're renting a friend's garden shed. That is if your friend wants you on the property. Sometimes you find out, look, let me tell you something. If you don't treat the people in your life right, all right? If you don't treat the people in your life right, where every time you talk to them, you got your hand out. When stuff really hits the fan, bro, they not gonna do nothing for you. There's a story going on right now where a guy claiming that he was Kobe Bryant's best friend. He was my ace, boom. We was this tight. And I just asked, hey man, can you at least, put me in touch with somebody that, that's hiring? I'm trying to get a job. Blah, blah, blah. And Kobe was like, yeah, call this number. No, he's like, yeah, I got you. He's like, well, I don't have a number for you. Give me a number. So Kobe gave him a number. It was a number to an assistant who BS'd him around. So another guy, he wound up talking to another guy about the situation. Yeah, man, trying to get to Kobe. He's supposed to do this, do that. He was like, man, he said, oh, Kobe a POS. He ain't going to do nothing for you. Like, yeah, because you're probably the 3,487th person today that came to him with your hat in hand, with your hand out. You beg so much your hands look like cups.
Trying to eat off of them.
Even if you ain't. Even if you're not trying to ask him directly for money, it's the same lather, rinse, repeat every day with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you even had his own mama and stepfather trying to sell his memorabilia because they was broke. This dude played in the NBA, the stepfather. How you broke? How you so broke that you trying to sell my stuff to pay bills? I've been in that situation. Get a phone call. I'm down here, she up there. Yeah, my boyfriend want to know if he can sell your. Fuck no. No. I worked for that. I paid for that. That's my stuff. The hell you talking about? No. Get your butt out there. Find a way. You're a man. You're a man. Lewis, what happens if you don't work?
I don't eat.
Do you have
I'm done, and I got a family that's dependent on me.
Yeah. Everybody starves. Everybody suffers. I mean, not trying to get in your personal, but I mean, everybody suffers if you, the man, the head of the household, if you screw up, it's over. If I screw up, it's over. You'll be on the newscast crying like the chick and the dude because it's over. We say, I'm sorry, but broken windows and Negroes at 2 a.m. is hilarious, but it's true shit. You are hitting the nail on the head. Yeah. And the government don't care about you. They the ones putting you out on the street with the constable with the gun on her hip changing locks.
Society don't give a fuck about your ass. They only care about what you can provide, and that's it. And when you're no longer useful, you're discarded. And you're not gonna get no butter biscuits or a pat on the head because that's what you're supposed to do.
You know what they say about, and this is the thing, like you were saying, Jip, renting a friend's garden shed. Let me tell you something. Everybody knows you do not let a friend, especially a friend that always got their hand, a friend that always got their hand out. You don't let them move in with you because it'll be hell or high water getting them out. You'll probably wind up having to get a court order to evict them.
Hey, Bay.
Yes.
How many people you know that, and I'm talking about men, for whatever reason, they can't seem to get out of their own fucking way, and they always have this dark cloud of bad luck that follows them?
Hey, I have told you for ever since I got in touch with, somebody I knew from when I used to live down here. Like, dude, how come every time you call me, you got your hand out?
Always a goddamn problem.
Yeah, like I'm not your bank. And then come to find out that the situation that they found themselves in, out on the streets, once I got the full scope of everything that was going on, it's like you did this to yourself. And I'm not bailing you out. It's not my job to bail you out. You're a grown-ass man. You put yourself in this situation. It's no different than if you were a woman and you put yourself in this situation. I have no sympathy for you because you put yourself in this situation. All in that begging, pleading, and all of that stuff means absolutely nothing to me. And I hate to be the one that has to be that guy, but I used to be the guy that used to, you could call on. But when I was going through tough times, I called them. They won't answer their damn phone.
What's up, Saucy Balls?
Saucy Balls, yeah. Oh no, I can't depend on them. I had to enact a policy. If you borrow money from me, anything under $75, I don't expect back. Anything over that, I expect collateral, equal or greater value. No, I don't want your Coleco station.
It's Coleco Vision.
Right. Give me that big screen TV in your bedroom. Let me hold on to that. You got 30 days to pay me back my money, or this is mine. I just bought this from you. I had to start doing people like that because people will take your kindness for weakness. I'm speaking in general, but I've been down that road before. Yeah, Jibber Jab, you'd be surprised. I don't even want to
chill.
I'm gonna tell the story. And I don't care because, you know, to hell with him. I had a guy, you know, never had a job for as long as I've known him, messed around there, wanted to borrow some money from me. Okay, cool. Like, I didn't want to loan him money. I said, I need this money. I'm moving. This is my house money. I need this money. Within 30 days, I need this money. So I need some of equal or greater value. So he wound up giving me what he used to make his money with. All right. So I held on to it. I said, hey, look, don't come asking for it to borrow it because I know I never get it back from you. Sure enough. Okay. We did the exchange. Not even 7 days, blowing up my phone. Yeah. Can I borrow my thing? I need to make money. No, I told you no. The week that it was time for him to give me the money back. Hey man, I need my money. I gotta be there. Saturday. It's Tuesday. What's up? Oh, I'm trying to do this. I get the money. You know, every day up until that Saturday, it was that Friday, it was an excuse. I told him that Friday, hey, I'm going to the pawn shop Saturday morning because I need my money. You had 30 days. I need my money. He wanted to go with me to the pawn shop because what he was going to do, he was going to underbid the pawn. Promise me to give me the rest of my money at a later date, and then turn around and get the equipment out with the pawn ticket. So I just outsmarted him. I went to the pawn shop early that morning, pawned it for the money that I needed. It was worth about a good $1,400 to $1,600, but I just needed $250. I got my $250, and when I got home, he called me. Okay, let's go. I was like, yeah, come pick up your ticket. You on the phone? Okay, you on the phone. Come pick up your ticket. Oh, he was mad. He was hot. He was cussing me out on the phone. He was even cussing when he pulled up to the house. I ain't say nothing. I said, hey, bro, I told you had 30 days. Here's your ticket. You know, he got it out. Because you get 3 days to come get it. And that third day he showed up. He gave them their $250, but he didn't want to give me mine. But I was in that house though. Yeah, I had stopped messing around when it comes to money and friendship at that time. You have to do people like that, or they will run you over. They will use you. Tell me I'm lying.
Sorry about that.
No, you cool. You can't
let one of my gamer connection.
Got that college football?
No, Elden Ring.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like you have to do people like that. Yeah, like I said, people they'll take your kindness for weakness in a heartbeat. They will nickel and dime you to death. You cannot allow that. Sometimes, I mean, I get it. You hate to see people suffering. But in the world today, I'm sorry, it's either me or you, bro. Unless we cool. I know I can get it back, right? I know I can get it back. It ain't no problem. Here you go, yeah. Because I ain't worried about it. I know I can get it back. The bond is strong. I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about it. But if all I see is you jangling a cup in front of me, no. I know I can't trust you to give it back. You don't even offer to give it back. You just want me to give it.
Oh yeah, like you some fucking charity. You're just giving out free grants.
I had to tell what the one that just got evicted. I had to tell him, dude, I'm not a bank. I'm not a bank. Don't be calling me. He actually had the nerve to call me, ask me for $25 cash. Can you, he blew up my Instagram inbox and my text messages for wanting $25. Telling me I'll give it back to you tomorrow. I was like, well then why don't you fucking wait till tomorrow? Why don't you wait till tomorrow and you'll have the 25? But the truth is that I wasn't gonna get that 25 back. That's why you blowing me up. Lying. Some people do it to themselves. I'm sorry, I know I went on a tangent, but you know, an SBA loan. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to.
Man, we've been up 3 hours.
Yeah, longest show we've done. Anyway, at any rate, you see what's going on out here. People, jobs are shutting down left and right. Like I say, when a fast food store closes, that you've just lost at on average 14 employees. When one of these dollar stores shut down, you've probably lost about a good 14. I would say 10 to 14 employees. And when they start shutting down like that, when Walmart shut down, you lose about close to maybe about what, 100, 150? A grocery, how many people your grocery store employ?
250.
250. His store shut down, that's 250 people out of work. In this economy, how many of those people do you think will turn around and find a job real quick?
Where I'm at, I will say 10% of the people will find a job because they possess the skills that will make them hireable.
10% out of 200, that's 20 people. How many of those people work there?
Wait, correct. No, 20. I say 20.
Yeah.
Because I got a bunch of pharmacists, a bunch of trade butchers, my management, and some of my part-timers that are very good at what they do.
And how many of those people are working there to help supplement their income? They're there every day, but they're there to supplement their income.
Of the staff, I would say 5%.
About 5%.
And the other ones that's there part-time, that's their career. That's their livelihood.
Yeah, the guys who unload the truck, stock the shelves, the girls who work the registers, you know. Yeah, that's a lot of people out of work who gonna be scrambling to find a minimum wage job along against what, another 150 people. That's just from your store, not to mention all of the other people in the surrounding area that, you know, that actually are trying to find a job in this market. It's best to re-sign your lease and sit tight and be snug as a bug in a rug. Even if you hate where you live, where else you gonna go?
Yeah.
Be on your P's and Q's on these damn jobs. Yes, sir. No, sir. Be walking around looking good on the cameras, picking up stuff, straightening up a tomato can so you can read the label. You look good on the job. You want to be useful, or else you will find yourself useless and then homeless. You were saying that you have old women, old people, they buying all your ramen noodles up.
Oh yeah, buying up all the ramen noodle because they can't afford the food right now.
What do you think happens to these people if we have a terrorist attack? Another hacking incident.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to entertain that thought.
Yeah.
It'll be something very sad.
Jibba Jabba say arrive on time. Store open at 6. You there at 5:30 in the parking lot. Smoking the black.
Yeah,
waiting on the manager.
Your large cup of Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, waiting on the manager. Shoot, I need this job. I'm
And
sorry.
if you're
I
smart,
didn't mean
and if you're smart, you're gonna have an extra coffee for your boss. Right here. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna need you to work tomorrow.
Oh, that's cool. Shit, I mean, I wasn't gonna do shit anyway. I can't afford to go nowhere. Hell, that movie can wait. I just ordered. I'll sail the high seas to watch it. I'm sorry, I mean to dominate the last 20 minutes. Is there anything you want to rant about?
Nah, I already did my rant.
Yeah. I mean, bottom line, it's not that. Look, I will say this: it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't like helping people, you know. Because I mean, some people you have to understand that some people they need to help themselves, and some people are beyond help. You can't help these people. They have to learn the hard way to stand on their own too, or else they will forever be a parasite on everybody around them. You know, well, it's okay. Yours truly. You can start over. You can start over. We got plenty of vids on here.
We have a lot of good, informative information in the beginning.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Join the replay gang.
matter of fact, I mean, I've never seen you around, but as we get ready to close this out, I'll say what I've been saying for a year. Now's the time to stock up on your food, stock up on your water, stock up on your toilet tissue, stock up on your personal protection. I sound like a broken record when I say it.
But wait. Repetition is the mother of all skill.
Yeah, we give credit to BGS sharing the link. Yeah, you got to take you. And now is the time, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if they really would have admitted what this was, it would have been a run. It would have been a run on the grocery stores.
Remember what happened during COVID when the shit apocalypse happened?
They
thought
trying.
we was going to run out of toilet paper.
Yeah, and milk for some reason. But they're trying to keep the American public calm
and docile.
Yeah. And by the time you look up, and I'll say this again, when the white folks make the run, the grocery store runs, it's too late. It's too late.
What I tell everybody to do when things, you have to keep your finger on the pulse of everything. And what we've been showing, the information, this is what we always do. Like ragging on bitches and dick and pussy politics is a that's a hobby. That's not our profession. We do that for recreation. When we on the phone, me and him, this is the shit we be talking about. And you have to think like you're a white man. Pretend you're white and imagine what they would do, and you do it before them. Because you look on these channels, like you just scurry through YouTube, you'll see white channels with guns, prepping, being self-sufficient, living off the grid, how to can food. You see white women giving classes, stuff your grandmother used to do, putting meat and rice and some vegetables in a mason jar and fill it up with some broth and put in a pot of water, and then they put some lard or whatever grease on top to seal it as a sealant and pasteurize it and store it. That's what they're doing. because they see what's coming.
I would definitely tell the viewers, like you see, like Vice News, On the Fringes, Life After Eviction in America. You know, nearly all of Fulton County Housing Authority Board has resigned. Half of American renters pay more than 30% of income on housing. Like these channels, PBS NewsHour, your local news, other news affiliates around the country. You know, look, Midwest Safety, man looking for revenge gets karma instead. The Blackout channel, yeah, the BC, he's funny. He breaks down these videos. I mean, he gets into the
Wait,
you know,
put BC's channel up there so they can see
the Blackout channel.
Yeah.
Salute Black.
He'll get into like these social disorders concerning.
That's Accountable Commentary secondary channel.
Yeah.
And shout out to black men.
He'll get into these social situations concerning black women, but do
It's
understand
Keisha.
that
It's Keisha.
the Keishas, but do understand what he's showing you. These are like he'll mainly deal with body cam videos, and what you're seeing is the I mean, however you feel, but what you're seeing is the everyday interactions going on here in society, especially when you're talking about people dealing with authority figures. You're literally watching the social order just crumble. Damn. You're watching the social order crumble. But if you go to the original videos, the original body cam videos and everything, you know, I mean, if you in that smooth brain black power shit, these videos gonna make you mad, because you gonna think that the cops, be they black or white, oh, that's wrong. But you know, if you had somebody talking to you crazy like that, you would probably slap the teeth down their throat. But you see these cops handling these people with kid gloves because of these defund the police, George Floyd, George Soros laws that have been put in place.
Exactly. Get off me, bro. Why are you touching me?
Yeah, don't touch me. Like, what the fuck? I'm the police. If I tell you to stand here, you're being detained, you just in a car accident, and you trying to flee the scene on foot, or you were caught stealing. You were literally caught stealing. We just happened to catch you in the parking lot. And now you don't touch me. You don't have the right to do this, do that. This is sexual harassment because I'm trying to cuff you.
Why you kidnapping me?
Yeah.
And then when you grab them, help, help, help.
One girl was threatening someone. This is a citizen's arrest. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, you gotta.
You've been watching too many YouTube lawyer videos.
You need to pay attention to your social order so you know what's going on out here. And you know what I'm saying? You got to see it firsthand. You got to pay attention to your not just your state and local politics, but your global situations as well. A lot of people don't know that Russia has the United States on the east, south, and west coast surrounded by nuclear subs. They don't know that.
Hey, Bay, while you was going on your rant, I was monitoring another channel, NY Prepper, and it was Russia got the U.S. radar and nuclear channels on. They blocking them in the European theater right now.
And you got China with ships off the coast of Alaska. All of these are in international waters. There's really nothing the U.S. can do but just monitor them. Matter of fact, what was it? After the debate, they put the U.S. bases in England on high alert.
Yeah, all in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And last night, Yemen was firing missiles. I mean, they sent drones over to the U.S. embassy in Israel, and they hit them. And how Yemen found out, they were doing a little test for Iran. The Iron Dome can't detect fucking drones.
So they can hit them with drone strikes.
Yep. The Iron Dome could hit missiles, regular missiles, but they can't hit supersonic. But they could scurry through the Iron Dome radar system with drones.
And Russia gave Iran tactical nukes. But yeah, during that, after that debate, what they had the B-52 nuclear bombers circling Midwest America.
Yeah, and also it was the day before yesterday, you had B-2 bombers flying over Canada.
The day before, yes, that's crazy. And now look at what they're doing. Look what happened this morning, last night, this morning.
And
after they tried to assassinate Trump.
Funny. I hit you up because I found out the shit about the Blackrock with Trump, where I did my my stream this morning, and then I'm like, "Yo, babe, I'm going to sleep. I got to get some rest." And then the shit come. Did I send it to you? Hit you with the Crowdstrike IT situation down this morning. It was almost just like we were doing the stream, and then I call you 2 in the fucking morning when the Baltimore bridge collapsed. Remember that shit?
Yeah. I mean, at any moment, this shit can go left. At any moment, this whole situation can go left. It can go left. And I mean, you can say, call me Chicken Little, the sky is falling, but I mean, they're not doing all of this stuff for show. The chess pieces are in place. All it takes is one strike. If Russia hits Ukraine with a tactical nukes because of their drone strikes, did you see that Russia rolled some tanks into Ukraine and Ukraine drone struck the tanks, took them out with drone strikes? Yeah, that happened today. Hit them with drone strikes, took the tanks out. How long do you think it's going to be for Putin hits Ukraine with a tactical nuke to destroy one of their drone bases to let them know, stop doing that shit?
You're going to take this ass whipping and like it.
Yeah, because they're tired of losing men because of drone strikes. They're tired. 8 hours. The lifespan of a Russian soldier is 8 hours because of drone strikes. Anyway, anything you want to say to close this out?
As I always say, stock up on your food, get your power tools, keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on. You can't afford no longer just to worry about your immediate surroundings. You have to keep aware of what's going on all around this world, because it could directly affect your black ass. And honestly, I gotta look. Well, I think we're the only ones right now in the Black Manosphere that address the Blackrock and the Crowdstrike situation.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. They'll get on it though, but we were the
first.
At some point, you got to put down the PlayStation sticks. You got to put down the sticks.
Wait. You talking about this?
Yeah. Got to put down the sticks
Wait, what you mean?
Stop-
You mean this?
Yeah. Stop worrying about your dicks. You know, give yourself a break.
Hey, chill.
What's that? The P5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill. You hurt my feelings, man.
I mean, you a working man. You a working man. You can talk about this and play a little Final Fantasy 20 or whatever is out. You know, but at least you're well rounded. You'd be surprised at how many people aren't. But it's okay. I mean, we're only talking. In all honesty, we're talking in an echo chamber, which is good. Which is good.
Right now, we only have 6 watching, and thank you for the 6 that were watching. And I think the height we were was at 18.
Yeah, you know, but BGS he's on now, so you know.
Oh yeah, you know,
went to go watch his stuff, which is fine, you know.
But I'm talking about prior to his stream coming on.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Hey, look,
we putting the information out.
Yeah, at least get the information. At least get the information. And I'll tell you, I mean, even though I crack some jokes or whatnot, I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to educate. I use the jokes to alleviate the tension, but
wait, what's the title of the show?
Blackrock versus Trump.
No, I mean channel. Villainous
Villainous News. Yeah.
We're not entertained. We're not what was the show that used to come on with the celebrities? E-Entertainment or Entertainment Today. We're trying to provide actual news for you.
Never worked. All right, let's get out of here. You guys be safe. Hey, it's the weekend. Like AC will say, no drinking and driving. All these Ubers out here, take an Uber, man. Peace.